Good numbing. Hello YouTube, we're back on the Atelier Ryza free grind today as we enter session 7 of our journey. Last time we ventured to the 3rd region in the effort to try and find Empo and Lilla, and instead stumbled into a strange young man who then immediately challenged us to a fight where Len then kind of beat him down immediately. It wasn't a fair fight at all. He did not understand what he was going up against. Off screen, I upgraded a couple things. As you can see, I upgraded that level 6, upgraded that level 52, etc. I haven't made anything new, I don't think. I've just upgraded stuff to just kind of balance it out a bit better and make things a bit stronger. I do want to get a new heal at some point soonish though, but I'm in no immediate rush. Additionally, I took some coats off. I said I would do it just to kind of, at some points, just to kind of mix it up, because there's only 3 colours. I took Boss's coat off, and I took Ryza's coat off. And I think... yeah, I took Claudia's coat off as well. So we're going into a swampy area anyway, so it makes sense. Everyone would take their jackets off. That's it, really. We still do not have Kurumi, and I don't know how we get that. Oh, I should make some new keys while we're here, whilst we're getting started. I haven't really played this game since last time. I played it a smidge just to kind of, get do a bit of the grind work, get on top of some things, etc, etc. But beyond that, no, I really have not played this game much because Hades became so dominant of my time. And when I wasn't streaming, I was just, just enjoying chilling, to be honest. I haven't been working this week. I've either been with my mum or I've just been chilling, so I've just been kind of enjoying life. Can you blame me? I was gonna say, I don't know if that key counted. No, I need it to be electric, and then it would have counted. Ah, oh well. But I'm doing alright, I hope you all have been as well. We're kind of just going to crack on straight back with this game and try and push through. I'm still in absolutely no rush, even with the announcement I woke up to this morning. I'm still not rushing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the Pixel Remaster for Final Fantasy finally has a release window. It's, hello, man. The Pixel Remaster finally has a release window. It's on the 19th. It's at an awkward time, because they're making it so it launches at midnight Japan time going into the 20th, but it launches at the same time even if it's a different hour because of time zones everywhere else. So it's 4 PM in the UK it launches. It's something, it's 8 AM in some parts of the US, for example, on the 19th. It's kind of weird. But regardless, when that comes out, I've said it before many a times, Final Fantasy IV is not only the first Final Fantasy to get me into Final Fantasy, it's also one of my all-time favourite games. So, I don't know where or how, but I'm gonna try and squeeze that FF4 into the schedule as well, once that's out. Well, I hope you're all doing well anyway, and you've had a fine day. It's currently raining. Can you walk me through super traits? In what sense? As in what ones I have? So I have super quality. Oh, actually, I can just do this. I have all these. I have zero clue how to transfer the Swordmaster trait. Well, you have to have a material for it, don't you? And you just have to find it. I don't know if I have it on anything. You just need to find it. Would it be here? Oh my god, there's so many of these. Do I really have to make one of everything for the trophy? Oh, Jesus Christ. You know, Sword Master symbol, but transferring it onto your weapon. I think it can transfer onto anything. I think super traits can transfer onto anything as long as that exists on its tree. As long as super trait slot exists on its tree. If it doesn't, then it's a no-go. So I think for that one, you just gotta go through everything and keep going until you find it. The Sword Master's not willing to go on it. Then it might be some super traits. It's just same like it's the same with like standard traits. Some traits straight up are not compatible with some items. So I imagine it's the same in that sense. You know, like you see it in the comments, like skill charge is like blanked out because it doesn't apply. I imagine it's the same sort of deal. You just got to find, or they're prepared for that. You just got to find what it applies to. I don't know because I haven't started looking into or doing any of that because I'll do that once I finish the game and start like working on the platinum. But there are some things I can show off screen. Firstly, I found the last slime statue that I was missing. Because I did scroll around it. I can't remember where I found it. There's a guide online that has all of them listed. I just followed that. I think it was actually this one. Like, it was like right here was the one I was missing. When you do it, it spawns in a giant puny where I put this marker. So if you want to like grind giant punies, giant punables or whatnot, it's there. So all of these, it doesn't give you chests, it gives you that. I did off screen. Oh, I have a character quest, and so I have a couple things there already, yeah. Well, I imagine you've done most things already, because you're way ahead of me. You already beat the game, I'm just still going through it. And so I've got several characters coatless today, because we're going to that swampy area anyway, so I just thought it would make sense. They wouldn't want to be in their coats anyway, and who's going to say no to Boss taking his coat off? Is that Tao? Oh, Tao keeps his coat on though, because I kind of like his design too much to take the coat off him. Well, that's paid to see. Maybe I should keep quiet. Oh, Ryza. I mean, I was trying to get the free swordsman trophy. He saw me. What are you doing, Ryza? All the way out here? Oh, just happened to... and you, Tao? Were you training? You know, like Lent and Boss and so on. That's right. It's your fault too, though, Ryza. Who, me? Why is that? You keep dragging me this way and that, getting me in the fights with scary monsters. You don't have to be Lent or Boss to decide this calls for some training. Oh, sorry, Tao. I didn't think about it at all. Does it bother you? Oh, not really. It's true that I went to explore ruins and so on anyway. The early adventures leaving the island are one thing, but after that I sort of expected to meet monsters. So it's not really my fault at all. Well, now that you mention it, you might have a point. I was hoping there'd be more character quests of like whatever's going on with Boss. Because, you know, like he's got someone that his dad's trying to set him up with. They made like a half comment saying, "You're not for that, going for that stout woman, are you?" And I was like, well, hang on a minute, there is also Kilo. It's like something's going to happen eventually. So I imagine Kilo's the one he actually cares about. Even then, I say that, it's more that he feels indebted to her, but maybe it'll have romantic connotations later on. It'd be nice for, you know, someone to get like some kind of romance story in this bloody trilogy. Because it feels like they've been holding off on it all trilogy long. It's like, will Lila end up with Empol? Who knows? Will Ryza end up with Claudia? Who knows? Will Patricia end up with Tao? Like, I'm tired of this who knows bullshit, you know? My lips are still, yeah, they better be. But you know what I mean? Like, it feels, it's annoying me. I'm like, please, just someone hook up with someone at this point. I don't care who it is. Hello, Anna. Oh, hello, Ryza. You sure look happy. Who was that? Well, I'm glad you asked. That man was the famous Savino. Savino? Who's that? Oh, I suppose outsiders don't know about him. He's a popular glass craftsman. He's very well known in Sardonica. He made some of my favourite pieces. I'm a big fan. Oh, that's right. You said that you came to this town because you like the art. Yeah, so I begged for his autograph and he graciously gave it to me. That was a great side benefit. I'm glad I did the reception job. So that's why you're in such a good mood. Oh, I'm glad. You two seem to be having a good time. What were you talking about? Oh, substitute group leader. We were talking about how Anna got Savino's autograph. He's a very popular craftsman, right? You can't approve of mixing business and private concerns like that. But you got his autograph too, right? Wait, really? You're gonna have to wait patiently. Yeah, I will. That's not right. I'm not saying that getting his autograph itself is a problem. But I went to a proper exhibit on my own and waited in line to get his autograph. That's not mixing business and private. It's no problem at all. But I just happened to meet him here and asked him for it. Should I have done it somewhere else? And Ryza's like, oh boy, I should get out of here. Look at that look on her face. She's like, oh god, I should leave. No, but if you really are a fan, it's rude not to ask in the proper way, don't you think? They both seem the same to me. I don't understand it, but it's nice that they're so passionate about it. Yeah. Let's get out of here. Oh, I haven't played this game since the patch that addressed the depth of field came out. I can tell there's been a patch to the depth of field. It is nowhere near as blurry looking over the yonder. This is great. I still want that depth of field slider that they were talking about, but for now, this is cool. Things aren't blurry 2 blocks away from me anymore. That's much appreciated. Oh, I guess that's actually, you know, clear. Am I going the right way? Yes, I am. I always lose my place in Sedonica. Oh, I've got loads. These are snapshots. Oh yeah, they've also in the patch addressed the little like copyright thing when you screenshot. They made it much smaller, which is great because I already took some screenshots, and I guess I can recreate them, I suppose. But I already took some screenshots, and it was really bugging me how big and on the map it was. I'm telling you, the design of that lamppost is too outlandish. The important thing is the harmony. Even if it looks conservative, if there is no harmony, it's meaningless. For that reason, I think it would be hard to accept either proposal as is. I understand. I'll come up with something else. Same. Those were Alberta's group, right? Yes, we were talking about work. They said they wanted to consult with me while I was here in Sedonica. That would be depressing if it were me. That old dang CGs in several environment snapshots. Yeah, I imagine when you beat the game you get the gallery mode like usual though. To like go back through the CGs to get like, you know, not the so big a copyright on them screenshot. Oh, but the reality is not everything is going to work out so quickly. Frederica, what exactly do you do? Let's see, handling the opinions and requests of the craftsmen while negotiating between the 2 guilds. Then there's the budget for running the city and management of trade and commerce, and making various decisions, among other things. That's what I'm intending, yeah. But it's not like I have any power. I just sign things and put my seal on them. Well, I mean, anytime, like, we hit a new sub-goal and I remove it from the list, I want to put the sub-goals on a new CG. And it's like, the Atelier franchise is, like, the perfect candidate for always just having a new CG to throw them on, you know? So the whole time I can still get the high-quality screenshots without, like, text in a way, the better. The environment's all over again. Yeah, one man, after I finish the stream, if either of us remember, message me and I'll show you what screenshots I took of Ryza 3 so far. All of them were before the update, so the copyright text is still big, but I took some nice ones that I was kind of happy with. I can't believe you're doing that at this age. You're all amazing. Claudia too. Ryza, don't downplay yourself. You're a teacher. That's really impressive in its own feat. Considering, you know, you got your job as a teacher and are so trusted upon in the span of only 3 years between Ryza 1 and 2, and then became significant enough to have involvement in, like, the island's political world in, like, arguing with the Elder only a year after that. Like, you're, like, racing up the ladder of importance, Ryza, yourself. Don't downplay yourself. Ben, we want to get better versions, yeah. But, yeah, whilst we're heading over, because there's another character event over there, whilst we're heading over there, yeah, Pixel Remaster got announced, and so I am going to be playing it. I am aware that my schedule's about to get rather busy, because next week, The next major update for Genshin drops, so there will be a stream covering that. I want to start Resident Evil 4 2005, the 2005 version, not the remake. We've obviously... Hades will probably just make a weekend stream moving forward. Now we've got, like... the basic run finished. It'll be more of a weekend thing until we actually reach the epilogue, which, according to a friend of mine, it's at least 10 runs to beat, like 10 successful runs to beat the game. And so that one being our first successful run, I'm like, okay, I can kind of see how it will go. So yeah, making it a weekend thing just makes more sense. But now, when the Pixel Remaster comes out, I'm abso-goddamn-lutely gonna want to cover Final Fantasy IV at least. Because it's one of my all-time favourite games, and is, you know, the Final Fantasy that got me into Final Fantasy, so I hold it very near and dear to my heart. 7, 9, and 8, overall 7 point... that's fair enough. I love this game as is. I haven't finished it, obviously, so who knows how my opinion will change. But so far, the explorative nature of it is literally, I've been saying it from the start, it's just Furious, but if done right. And that's not to say Furious was done wrong, I'm just saying this does it way better. In terms of it being a lot more open, lets you just kind of explore and figure things out at your own leisure. Ryza 2 is amazing. Ryza 2 is extremely well concentrated. But the only thing that I will absolutely say already I do prefer in Ryza 2 was the balance of the instruments with the music. Ryza 1 tried to add a whole new feeling and vibe to the Atelier franchise at large, right? Like, it was a lot less rocky, it was a lot less, like, dramatic, it was a lot more relaxing and soothing, and had more of, like, a, like, local, villagey vibe, even in the more intense areas of the game. Ryza 2 felt like it tried to find a middle ground, where, like, it still had the more relaxing-y side to it, but there was more rock here and there, and it led to some amazing tracks. Monsters in the Deep is an amazing track. The final boss theme, Wish, is infinitely better than Ryza 1's final boss theme. You know, the normal battle theme is like one of the catchiest tracks in the franchise to me. Ryza 3 feels like it's leaning closer to Ryza 1 than 2, because, well, firstly, there's no rock whatsoever, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, because Lily and Sully had a fantastic soundtrack and had very little rock in it. But it's a lot more closer to Ryza 1, and so it's not as impactful as Ryza 2. Whilst Ryza 2 is Ryza 2's soundtrack was super impactful, because not just because of the rock, but how it used it alongside the more relaxing things. You say relaxing, soothing, you say forgettable. I mean, it's each to their own, obviously. But like Ryza 1, I find Ryza 1's soundtrack nostalgic in the moment. Anytime we go back to like the first area in this game, I'm always like, no, I remember this bit when I hear the music. Like, it's nostalgic in the moment, but it's not like I go out of my way to listen to them afterwards, you know? And that's what I mean. Like, it's like I do think Ryza 1 has good tracks and has memorable music as a whole. I'm just saying I felt that Ryza 2 found a much better balance of what they were going for, and it led to a better soundtrack at large. Whilst this one, it feels like it's toned it back a little bit. I still think it's probably a bit better than Ryza 1's soundtrack, in terms of, like, I do remember the tracks. I think the normal battle theme's kind of, like, catchy. It's just not Ryza 2. I think, I understand the composers, because it was the same, I imagine it was the same again here, as it was in Lily and Sully. I think they want to try and move away from rock in general. Like, it feels like I've had that impression from them for a while. It feels like they want to move away from rock in general. And that's okay, because like I said, Lily and Sully was a phenomenal soundtrack, even though it also did that. The dungeon themes were all very iconic and very different from one another for me, personally. I loved the actual, like, Atelier theme probably more so than I did Sophie 1 and Furious's Atelier theme. Even though Sophie 1's Atelier theme is, like, peak, do you know what I mean? I loved the battle theme and boss themes. The final boss, Filling the Shade, was a phenomenal boss theme. They do it's foolish. I mean, not necessarily, because you can accomplish so much without using it, but I do think they shouldn't do away with it entirely. I think it's a better way of putting it. Like, I love the soundtrack, and I love them experimenting, but I think if their experimenting is completely do away with the rock, that's where I start to kind of raise an eyebrow, because I'm like, no, as I've like experienced more of the Atelier franchise, yeah, the tracks that stick out the most on face value are the rock tracks, because they're all really good. They don't just half-ass their rock music, you know? It's like, it's clear they put their heart and soul into it. But you can make amazing, memorable tracks without the rock, and once again, like, fitting the shade. And I get them wanting to move away from it just to try different things, because experimentation can sometimes just lead to new brilliance. I just hope they learn from this one and they don't completely do away with it again in the future. Because that's genuinely like the only real gripe I have with this game, that it completely does away with anything rock related. Like every track I've heard so far, it feels like if it's there, it's like only like really in the background and doesn't have any of the power it had in Ryza 2. But Leo's ears what hooked me on. So yeah, that's fair too. That is a phenomenal final boss theme though. I think even if that didn't have rock and used different instruments, I think the structure of that track made it really strong anyway. It was just the rock elevated it so much beyond it. Don't not jive with me? Well, yeah, but you never know what the next experiment will lead to, do you? You never know what the next thing they try out. You might land on something you didn't know you wanted. I imagine the next time we hear like something experimental, though, will be whenever the next saga starts. Because, call it a hunch, but I think whatever we get next in Atelier will be smaller scale. I don't think we're going to dive straight into the next saga. Especially considering they've only just announced they're doing an anime of the Secret Saga. They're doing a Ryza anime. You wouldn't then do a Ryza anime and then immediately be like, we got this brand new saga. Like, it'd be like burying the spotlight on Ryza a bit more. So I wouldn't be surprised if at least for like the next game, they go back to a previous saga. They might genuinely just remake all of the original like saga. You know after Atelier Marie, they do the other two in that original saga, just to kind of buy time and kind of space them out a bit more and give them more time to work on whether they're working next. Get where you're coming from, but I keep hearing that all the time. Yeah, that's because it's still true. Even if like every single experimental or different track for a beloved franchise you hear doesn't suit for you, it doesn't make it any less true that the next one could still be the one that gives you something you didn't realize you wanted. You know? It doesn't like defeat the point. It still has the chance. It's still always going to be the next experiment. There's still always something different that can be given to you that you don't know. You know? Jeez, I'm getting blinded by my sunlight. Give me a second to put my blinds a bit more too. Oh, it's like beaming into my right eye. There. Sorry, it was it was raining all morning, so the ground's all like glistening, and then the sun came in and it's like beaming. Pattern recognition is a thing. Between a risk and an educated risk. Yeah, I get that. I still think you're being overly harsh, though, if I'm being honest. I get that they don't jive with you, and, like, after a while you just sit there and go, man, will they ever make something that gets with it? But it doesn't suddenly, like, defeat the point. Like, there's still always a chance the next thing will. Because composers, even if, like, every composer on the planet, like any artist or writer, kind of has, like, signature traits on how they handle their music, it doesn't change the fact they can still catch you off guard every now and then, you know? Like, anytime I write a book, like, you can always tell I wrote it. Anytime, like, certain artists draw something, you can always tell it's that artist. It's the same with anything. But it doesn't change the fact they can still surprise you every now and then. But I do, like, just to kind of wrap up my point, every cynic, every pessimist is a disappointed idealist. Yeah, I know that saying. I get that saying. I know what you're on about, but still. I hold true to that point still, personally. That's all I'm saying. I will say, however, whenever that next saga does come along, I'm not saying go all out on rock, because if they just go all in and all out on rock, it will almost become naturally comparable to some other Atelier games. But include it a bit more, you know? like you don't have to go all out on it, because I've heard some of the Ireland tracks, and like I've learned, like, wow, they really went all in on rock on some of the Ireland games, and presumably some of the Dusk as well. But just completely doing away with it isn't the answer, at least for me either. Many times, man. I get that, but it's not even about investment. It's like, at least for me, like, it's not about saying, oh, the next one might be the good one, or the next one might be the one that, you know, the next experiment might be the one that catches me or whatnot. It's just being more open-minded, I guess, I'm trying to think of the right word for it. Maybe that's not the right word for it. But be more open-minded is probably the only thing I can think of. To just say, well, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know? Be a smidge more neutral on it. If you reach the end of it and have a track that catches you, you're like, oh, alright, sweet. And if it doesn't, never mind. I love my video game music, and I love a lot of the Atelier games' soundtracks. The only one I genuinely don't have much memory of is Furious, but that's just because my entire experience of Furious was a smidge more negative, so I just didn't go out of my way to try and put anything to memory. Just even some Ryza 1 tracks, like I never forget the town theme, the volcano theme I like, and the Castle at Night sounds like a Final Fantasy 12 track, and so it just stuck with me. Oh, and it isn't being a doormat. Yeah, I get that, but when it's just, you know, a different artist's interpretation of a work, whether it be through music and whatnot, what's the harm in just kind of letting it jive? You know? What's the harm in just seeing what happens and giving it a chance each time? Because ultimately, if composers just stick to the same genre all the time, some can do it, admittedly, some live off it, but most of them, I imagine, like artists drawing the same style of artwork, they get bored, and then it will start to show in their work, so of course they're going to try and experiment every now and then. Anyway, we've been staring at Ryza's butt for like 10 minutes talking about this, so I'm going to let this scene actually start playing out. Is that Frederica? And at Kumaba people are not infinitely faithful. Yeah, true. Is that Frederica? What's she doing? Frederica, what are you doing? Oh, Miss Ryza, I'm glad to see you. Speaking of music, though, actually, because I'm getting off topic again, the console version of the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters have confirmed to be including the original NES and SNES soundtracks for them. So that's beautiful, because I don't like Final Fantasy V's Pixel Remastered soundtrack remix at all. And I'm not a big fan of some of the tracks in 4 and 6. Just be afraid of Ryza butt stream. Like 1, 2, and 3, I think the Pixel Remastered soundtracks are great. So when we cover 1 and 3, and maybe 2 if we hit the sub goal, I will probably play in the new soundtracks, the Pixel Remaster. But 4, 5, and 6, no, we're playing the SNES soundtracks to them, because I just think they're better. It's not even like a bias since I grew up with those soundtracks. I just think they're better composed and better handled. Especially Final Fantasy V. Final Fantasy V had a sick fucking drum beat in most of the tracks. And the Pixel Remaster either quietens it down or removes it entirely from every track. And I hate it. Like, none of the tracks sound good anymore, in my humble opinion. Some of them are okay and passable, but you can't get me to listen to the whole game soundtrack when only some of them... Okay, they're biases. Yeah, but I'm saying even unbiasedly, Final Fantasy V, they did dirty. 4, I absolutely get it. Like, some people grew up with the PSP version of the game, so are used to the PSP version of the soundtrack. Some people played the Game Boy Advance version, so are used to the GBA version. Whilst some people have never played it, so will just vibe with the new versions. But I can't stand the new versions of 4, 5, and 6's music. I genuinely can't. Like, 4, it's half and half, 6, it's half and half, but 5, like, why is the drum missing from so many tracks? When, like, the most significant and, like, signature thing of Final Fantasy V soundtrack was how sick and powerful the drum beats were. So the fact that the console one, they confirmed it is actually going to include the original soundtracks from them, I'm like, yes, thank you. When we cover 4, 5, and 6, we're absolutely playing on the original soundtracks. From them, yeah. Because I was annoyed because when the Pixel Remaster first came to PC, it was only the new soundtracks and not the originals, and I was like, why? You know. So I'm glad, you know, the 18 months it took them to put it on console, the least they could do was give us the original soundtracks if you want to listen to them instead. Oh, and fix the font as well. They confirmed they fixed the font problem as well, which was such a tiny thing. If you don't know what I'm talking about. The original Final Fantasy 1 through 6 used a pixel font for all the letters. The Pixel Remasters didn't. They used literally like Microsoft Word default font, and it looked ugly. Yeah, that is pixelated game, and then the font was literally like, you know, Microsoft Word default New Times Roman, or default Arial, I think it was. And it looked ugly as hell. Whilst now, then they've restored the pixel text for everything, so it looks more proper. It looks more like what classic Final Fantasy did. And I know it's like a tiniest nitpick, but it's a tiny nitpick that everyone fucking had, so I'm glad they're addressing it. And finally, they fixed the opening for Final Fantasy VI in the console version. If you, to explain that one super quick, so I know I'm going on a tangent. in the opening intro of Final Fantasy VI, you're watching 3 mechs march through the snow towards a village. And during it plays like this very long melodic piece whilst the opening credits play. Like it will come up saying composed by, like designed by, story by, etc, etc. In the Pixel remaster, none of the intro credits played. You just watched the 3 mechs walk towards the village while music played for like a minute. And then it started. And it was just like an odd thing they somehow missed. They've corrected it in the console version, thankfully. So now we'll actually get the iconic opening to Final Fantasy VI and just watch the 3 mechs march through the snow towards the village. Whilst the game's beautiful main theme plays. And we get, you know, composed by Nobuo Uematsu, directed by, etc, etc. Anyway, I don't know where I am. Huh? What? I can't find my way. You mean you're lost? But Frederica, you live here. How can you be lost? Because I lost my map. Your map? You mean a map of Sardonica? This would be the conversation Ryza would have with me. She's like, what do you mean you got lost in your hometown? I got lost. But you live here. That'd be exactly the same as Frederica. I'd absolutely get lost in my hometown if left alone for too long. I always tended to get lost, so I always carry a map with me. But you lost that map, and now you don't know where you are. No, I think I know, Frederica. Were you walking around looking only at the map? Yeah. I think it's because you're so dependent on maps that you don't look at the scenery around you. And that's why you've become so bad at directions. Is this a hint towards me as the player for looking at the map too much? Yes, that may be true. Okay, I think you should probably look around you more while you're walking. Yeah, I'll do that. As long as I have a map, it's fine. So I'll look around and make a new map. That's not exactly what I was trying to say. Yeah, just like, yeah, just learn to enjoy the area, don't make a new map. But Frederica has some blind spots, even though she seems like she has it all together. I have to check, so I know the character quest and world quest, or the world quest of these two, so it's like, I have to check, is there actually any others hidden away before I vanish? How far did we get on our journey? Okay, not very. We'll head up this left string. Oh, there's character quests. Okay, yeah, it works if we're going up the left side, then we can circle around. They also, on the console version, added some quality of life for grinding. They've made it so in the options, you can adjust how much experience you get by multipliers. So if you want standard experience, you can. If you want double, triple, or quad, you can. You can also turn on and off encounters, which will make the giant far more manageable, because the giant in Final Fantasy IV has such an astronomically high encounter rate. It's so fucking annoying. So being able to adjust that as well. You can also do the same, I think, for money as well. So it will just add more quality of life and just make it more accessible for newcomers. Which, considering how much of a hellish grind Final Fantasy II is, thank God. It will actually make it more. It will actually make it playable. And it will also help for people playing Final Fantasy III, because the final dungeon in that game is kind of brutal. You first get there like level 45 and you will not win. You don't realise that the final boss expects you to be at level 60 to stand a chance with. You just don't know that on your first run. And because there's no checkpoints in the final dungeon, you do the whole final dungeon, get rinsed by the final boss, and realise you just wasted an hour. It would also be helpful when trying to deal with super bosses in 5, because the super bosses are insanely hard, because it's also, you know, the hardest Final Fantasy. And so being able to just, like, crank up the grinding and get myself to a high level super quick, although it won't save you because it's more built on your job classes than your level, in 5, it will help. I'd much rather, even if, you know, the job classes matter more than your level, I'd much rather fight Shinryu at level 99 than at, like, level 30. I also, whilst we're going on the Atelier series and working through this, I'm kind of curious if, like, outside of, like, the smaller titles they'll probably do, like, you know, Marie, or if they go back to previous sagas, when the next major saga comes along, I wonder if that will be next-gen only, and, like, start moving away from last-gen systems and let them do more on the new hardware. Because if we assume there won't be one next year, the year afterwards, I'd like to think most people who are, like, want to move to PS5 would have moved to PS5 by then. Because it'd be, what, 2025 by then? I mean, heck, there's a lot of other games that have already started doing it. Some haven't, like, it's like Street Fighter 5 still has a PS4 version, but Tekken 8 won't. Tekken 8 is going to be next-gen only. Final Fantasy 16 is next-gen only, but that's obviously much bigger priority. So I'm just kind of curious when Atelier will officially make the leap. Oh, what level is this shark thing, by the way? I realised that we're kind of like 68. Yeah, no wonder it's surviving as much as it is. Hey buddy, how do you feel about being a key? What key do you even give me? Oh, I don't care then. Nothing interesting. But yeah, the schedule, I'll figure it out obviously as we go, but the schedule's going to get a little maniac, because you got this still, and when this finishes, I do want to start Caligula Effect 2, but if we're like halfway through Final Fantasy 4, I might hold off at least just to get that done. We've got Hades that I'll probably start doing on the weekend. Probably not including this weekend, just a heads up. I don't like. I will get back to it. Just probably not this weekend, because I want to kind of get a move on other things and like probably start Resident Evil 4. But so we got this, we got Hades, we got Resi 4, potentially Caligula 2, and then that's ignoring the fact that, like, you know, I've said before that I'm kind of interested in playing an indie game called Dread, so I might get that, and that after something they have to squeeze onto the list. Dread, from what I've seen, isn't that long, thankfully, though. It's like 9 to 10 hours, so I could probably like knock that out in 2 streams, depending on when I start doing it. It's just I've been watching Rain of Aeus Jr. play it, and every time I watch him play it, I'm like, man, this game looks great. I want to play it. It looks just cozy enough and just kind of like chill enough that we could make it like a proper like stream chat game, while at the same time just creepy and mysterious enough that there's a lot to unpack. Because it's not a horror game, but it does have some spook in it. Because you're basically a fisherman trying to rebuild his ship enough to leave the islands. But there's monsters of the deep in the water, and the longer you're out in the water without visiting and without resting, the more monsters of the deep might come to get you. And there's also things like a paranoia system, like if you're out during the night, your character will start to get more nervous and paranoid, and then more creatures might notice you and come for you. Like, the fact that it's basically fishing minigame the game will give it that cozy-esque edge to it, but at the same time, the fact that there's, you know, monsters of the deep that can come get you at any time adds that extra layer of spookiness. There's also Have a Nice Death, but that's not on PlayStation, but I really want to play that as well. That game looks fun as fuck. I'm hoping it will go through the same thing Hades did, because Hades was originally PC and Switch, and then came to other consoles later on. This is the same deal, it's on PC and Switch, so I'm hoping it will also come to other platforms later, because it looks so fun. It also looks really cheeky. I mean, the title itself kind of gives it away, it's called Have a Nice Death. But it looks super cheeky and fun, because you literally play as the Grim Reaper, but your associates have, like, have gone a little off the deep end, and so you need to go, like, correct them, and it's basically a roguelike of hunting them down. and correcting them one by one. With like morbid humour in between. What's recoil control? Can I check from here? No. Oh, that's it? What? What? Thanks, map. Thanks, map. You uncovered so much for me. Oh, you want a weapon? Ugh. I think I sold any I'm not using. Or, converted them into gems. But when we cover Resident Evil 4, all I'm going to say when we get to it is enjoy it being a Resident Evil game without Chris Redfield in it. Because after we get past RE4, Chris is in RE5, he's in RE6, he's in RE7, and he's in RE8. So literally the rest of the fucking franchise, Chris Redfield is in it. He might not always be the main character, but he's in them. Because, to be fair, Chris is effectively the franchise's main character. More so than Leon, it's just Leon's more popular. Because he's in RE1, he's in Code B. Well no, he's in RE1, Claire's looking for him in RE2, so he's mentioned. Jill worked with Chris and so mentions him in RE3. He's in Code Veronica. The only game he's not mentioned in is RE4, but Wesker is mentioned in RE4. And keep in mind, they were already building up the grand finale between Wesker and Chris at that point. And in RE5, Chris is the main character. RE6, there's 4 campaigns, he's the main character of one of them. RE7, he has his own DLC dedicated to him. And in RE8, he's literally on the fucking box art. Even though he's not the main playable character, he's literally on the box art of that game. So, like, it's gonna become the Chris show after we get up past RE4, like, super heavily. We're gonna get to know that man so inside and out. And see how much the years break him, because there's a huge, like, ongoing story arc with him throughout the games. Of him basically just getting worn down by all the bullshit. He has PTSD by RE6, and he's very much like a tired old veteran getting dragged into the spotlight again in RE8. In 7, they tried to young him down again because they gave him a new model, but they very quickly abandoned that because people were not keen on making him look younger. He looks younger in 7 than he did in 6 because of the new model. Sort of like when you're playing Splinter Cell 6 and suddenly Sam Fisher looks like he's lost about 10 years. You're like, huh? They did that with RE7. They gave him a new model and made him look way younger, so they changed it when people complained and made it a lot closer to what he looked like in the original and way older. Oh, Snake plays, yeah. Yeah, he really is. He's like a worn-down old veteran by RE8. I think he's like 47 or 48, which I know isn't old. But when you consider in RE1, he's like 20-something. He's like 22 or 24. Like, no, that guy's been through the ringer. He's been dealing with Residence Evils for forever. He's been in that boy that there was sure was evil in that residence for like 20+ years of his life now. So yeah, of course he's a bit more worn down. And he had some of his own soldiers, because he's kind of a jinx, unfortunately. Some of his own soldiers in RE5 get killed because of a mistake he made, which is what leads to his PTSD in 6. In 6, he's then forced to lead an army against like another biohazard setup. All of them but him die, so it like further escalates like his mental damage. In 7, he's working with a new organization, and in 8, they start dying again. And it's just like, man, this guy can never catch a fucking break. And every single time, it hurts him, because he blames himself, and he's so damaged by PTSD anyway. I say that, I don't remember the details, because the last time I played RE6 is when it came out, and that game came out in, like, what, 2012? So my memory of that game is very loose. All I remember is that I didn't hate it the way others do, but equally I still didn't really enjoy it. Like, some people absolutely fucking despise it, and I get why, because of like how like removed from Resident Evil it was, but I also enjoyed it as a dumb co-op action game when it first came out. Like, it was so insanely stupid and ridiculous, and I get that, but I didn't hate it. I kind of came away from it like, yeah, alright, it is what it is. Because all Resident Evil 6 did was take the working formula of 5 and see just how far it could exaggerate it and get away with it, and then they learnt the hard way that, yeah, actually there is a limit to how much you can exaggerate this shit before it starts to come across a bit ridiculous. Keep in mind, RE6 is the longest Resident Evil game in the series, and it's like a Michael Bay film and how like intense the action is all the time. Like the game refuses to stop, ever. Plus side is, if you're playing single player in RE6, you don't have to worry about ammo for your co-op partner. Whilst in 5 you do. In 5, you're playing it single player, your co-op buddy still has limited ammo, and because they're AI controlled, will burn it. They will burn through that ammo insanely quick. Whilst in 6, knowing that it's kind of annoying, they got rid of it. Sorry, excuse me. It's forever poison in my mind. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of a lot of Michael Bay stuff, personally, so I get it. I don't like explosion action simulator. I prefer to actually have more depth and character. But I let it off in RE6. Well, we'll see how much I let it off, you know, a decade removed from when since I last played it when I go back through it. Is that cutie? Sorry, I had to stop for a second for Cloudy. You always stop for Claudia's like level up animation. She looks adorable. Can I just jump off this? No, of course not. So even though we're a decade removed, my opinions of it may be radically different. But I remember enjoying it for thinking it was dumb. And that's why I kind of say, like, it was kind of Michael Bay-esque, because I remember it being dumb as hell. I remember reaching the end of it and going, what? Which is why 7 is so much of, like, a soft reboot. Like, it's still, like, interconnected to the lore and legacy of the franchise, as you'll see when we get to 7 and start covering it. But it's also absolutely doing its own thing to kind of remove itself a smidge from the past. More so to remove itself from 6, because they know they got a bit crazy with 6. Because 6 is basically like a globe-trotting adventure, but like the whole world's infected. But you managed to stop it all. Well, I say you, 7 people managed to somehow stop it all. Because of course that makes sense. 7 angry people with muscles and guns managed to stop a world from collapsing in on itself. And it's just like, you know? There's like a mass outbreak in China, there's like a mass outbreak in the Middle East, there's like a mass outbreak in Europe. Like there's shit everywhere. And somehow Leon, Helena, Chris, Piers, Sherry, Jake, and Ada somehow stop it all. You're like, how? I'm going to walk back to this one to try and get that one, and these two, because they're both kind of awkwardly placed. But I will defend the controls of 6. The story and level design is insane and dumb as hell, but the fact that you can, like, do action stunts and do combat physical on the fly instead of having to be, like, QTEs, like in 4 and 5, is a blessing. The fact that they made it all free flow and working co-op instead of just a bunch of QTEs, like, that deserves praise. And the fact that people are enjoying the Resident Evil 4 remake, and every time I look at footage of it, I'm like, they just took that from 6. They just took that from 6. Almost kind of justifies my point. That 6 had great gameplay, it was just in the wrong game. You know? Well, I can't wait for the next Resident Evil remake to just literally have the whole dolphin dive and, like, shooting whilst, like, crawling on the ground system. Oh, I get free late guardians if I get these enemies, okay. Oh, whoops, boss. Boss, I didn't realize your health was that low. Hang on, boss. There you are, boss. What injury? Wow, okay, we need to get new heals. That was awful. Wow, my heals got that bad already? Yikes. Oh, also in this, whilst we're doing combat, in this, the most recent patch Ryza 3 got, they made all the inputs for combat more responsive. So they're less likely to like randomly drop or feel like they, you know, sometimes it felt like you went to press the skill button or something and for some reason it just didn't go through. That shouldn't happen anymore because they've made it so it's far more responsive. I am excited to go back to RE7 though. I'm excited to go through all the rest of the Resident Evil games. There's generally not a Resident Evil game left in the Legacy. There generally isn't a Resident Evil game in the Legacy I'm not looking forward to. 4 2005 because it's Resident Evil fucking 4. 5 because I genuinely loved 5 when I was a kid and it'd be really exciting to go back to it. Even if I probably will end up doing it alone and not with a buddy, yeah, I would still think we'll have some fun. 6 because I kind of wanted to kind of study it of what went wrong at the time compared to how it became now. And then 7 because it's genuinely an extremely spooky, well-made horror game. You basically go through Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the video game. And Village because I've not properly gone through Village, so it'll be a nice blind experience to see what came after the chaos. And then, obviously, 4 Remake, so I'm excited to see what 4 Remake does on the formula of the original game, since everyone seems to be speaking very highly of it, despite the universally agreed concern that remaking a masterpiece was a dangerous slope. It's the same reason why I don't want Resident Evil 1 to get remade, because it does not need it. The original game is phenomenal. Guardian. I was trying to remember what button it is to swap. Oh god. I am starting to notice I'm probably a smidge underpowered now. And I also went for like a challenge fight here, so it's kind of on me as well. There we go. Jeez. Wrong button. There it is. Let's see. Let me heal. Hey, boss. There you go, dude. There you are. Now you're not like hanging for life. But it's all of these guys, huh? And then we need to go left. Yeah, left and up. Excuse me, Mr. Raptors, leave me alone. Oh, what's over here? This little tuck away. Just things to pick up, okay. I was optimistic. I suppose it's just a dead end then, isn't it? Since it was like blocked invisible walls. I was expecting it to kind of circle around, but the fact that the only real connector is here means that, yeah, it was a dead end. So that was the right way to go to get up higher. Oh, I was gonna say, can we go up the waterfall? But no. Well, you can't really move anywhere. Look at the map. It's just a thin gap. You can't go under here or up there. $73. Yeah, overwhelming is the right way to put it. Oh god, Buzz, you're gonna die again very quick. Yeah, that thing hurt the truck. What are you offering me? Oh, buff effect. Sure. I was like, the enemy's insane who thinks I'm going to let him get away with that. God, they got an AP, Jesus, 90? Okay, yeah, the keys kind of get insane. Okay, so we need to go back to this one and run up. Oh, we could rest and do this. And you get to see hyper-focused Ryza again.
しっかり食べてね。いただきます。どれくらい？ああ、疲れた。いや、まだいけるよ。
The raptors get so on your case. Oh. Fine, I guess I'll fight you monsters.
今なら鍵が作れるかも。よし、一匹やっつけた。これで刻みがフェデリーカ、光のいざそれ下手に触れると切れますよ。光の雨よ。よし、今だっていけそう。見せてやるライザー。フェデリーカ、頼んでいいんだな。まだまだ切れますよ。2頭で決める。光の花吹雪です。
こんなもんだな。まだまだ戦えるぜ。
別の機会にしましょう。
Oh, that quest ran out. I was about to say, what do you mean another time? Mossy driftwood. Oh, we needed that for something. Golden Knight. The game says there's a pet here. I'm like, where? Oh dear God! So many. Oh wow, this is a treasure trove and a half. Alright, then just keep heading north. Oh, I was gonna say, can I climb this? Damn. So now the map's gonna get less helpful, so we just gotta keep moving up, right? Yeah, up and then a little to the left. Oh, there's something about our books there as well. Right, so you're such a good walker. Well, yeah, she's been doing it for forever. Been running around since she was a kid, yeah. Ooh, the knights are around. What level are these monsters? Oh, okay, reasonable.
しいですか。もう一曲続けます。
2投で決める。
熱いのをあげる。ライザキー。よし、一匹やっつけた。
やったねライザ。
荒々しく激しく行きなさい。
速度を保ち守りが解けた。
奇跡を起こす。
今なら楽に倒せそうだ。
あるでしょ。
おやるじゃねえかボス。ライ
ライザさん、お願いしてもよろしいですか。大盤振る舞いよ。私たちの勝ちだね。まだ強くなれそうね。
少しでも早く
強くなっちゃったね。
よし追いつか
ま
ねえとな。
だまだ強くなれるぜ。
この程度余裕よ。あ、発見。
これ本当に使うの？
Close. So if we can at least see it, we can then look back on where we have. It looks kind of like ruins. Like it's structured like a ruin set. No, it even looks like it. What's that over there? A flat beast.
常識だな。
Oh, okay. It's nowhere near as big as I thought it would.
私もあまり見たことないです。相当古いもの。
Oh my goodness, this thing came at me like a bottle. Hello, Mr. Beast.
心配せず。
A Spellblade Wielder, 65.
一緒に戦います。レオラードさん。はいらないよ。
I'm surprised it counted me getting the preempt for that. I thought that thing absolutely ran into me.
見せてやる。
始めるよ。
I was going to preemptively get on that.
届いて。
フェデリカ頼んでいいんだな。
下手に触れると切れますよ。光の花吹雪です。よいしょ。雨からは逃げられない。
二頭使いの力見せてやる。
矢の雨から逃れられる。あれだけ弱っていれば鍵を作れると思いませんか。せーの、出ますよ。
ライザここは任せる。
冷たいのにいいかな。よし、今ならいけそう。いかがでしたか。やったね、ライザ。これでと。行きます。
Okay, so these big guys are big and threatening, but they're not too bad. They're just another standard enemy.
始めるよ。
What did they drop, though? Nothing of interest.
いっけー。
行くぞ。これで貴様を切る。
決めますよ。よいしょ。よく切れる前でしょ。もっとよく見たいです。フェデリーカ、頼める。
フェデリカ
下手に触れると切れますよ。これもどうぞ。あげます。雨からは逃げられない。
二頭使いの力見せてやる。
奇跡を起こすライです。効果あるでしょ。
That should do it.
季節外れの春はいかがですか。あら、お気に召さなかったようで。冬の月もあげますね。行きます。それ。天然万花の舞。どうですか。勝ちましたね、皆さん。何が入ってるかな。
Red King Apple. Oh, the path continues going up. Okay. What's in here? There, let me go check that. Oh, I like the music in this area. Very grandiose.
不思議な力だね。
It's like we've stumbled upon the ruins of somewhere we shouldn't be. Oh, that one's a different beast.
チェアー。敵です。注意してください。
背中は任せてくれ。
よろしいですか。
お前やるぞ。背中は任せな。
容赦なしの仰ぎ方見せます。
速度を保ち切り続ける。
始めるよ。お 盤振る舞いよ。行きます。記念
当然だろ
それなら
エレリカ
光の花吹雪です。激しいのでご注意を。投げます。光の雨よ。
二頭使いの力見せてやる。
これだけ弱っていれば鍵を作れると思いませんか。いかがですか。それ
二頭で決める。
光の花フェデリカ集中攻撃で倒せるかも。
フェデリーカいい感じだぜ。二頭で決める。
雨からは逃げられない。
速度を保ち切り続ける。
これで決める。いきます。それいかがでしたか。
二頭で決める。
フェデリカ
頼んでいいんだな。
少し増やしましょうか。
I'll see what key this guy drops in a sec as well, because it'll inevitably survive this.
気をつけて。何か来るよ。
二頭使いの力見せてやる。
これでしようかな。
Still no interest. If it's not an adventure effect or a synthesis effect, I don't want to hear it.
わかりました。次の攻撃につなげます。これなら避けられないはず。始めるよ。いっけー。
Oh, there we go.
私たちの勝ちだね。少し強くなれた気がします。
Oh, we can't jump that? Come on, Ryza. I know you can. Fine, I guess we'll go around. Ooh, what's this?
いいものを見つけたな。
Ooh, what's in here?
ワクワクするよね。
Lucky Clover. We've still got so much basket space. God, I love this game's basket space. I can just go around, collect a whole bunch of stuff and not really worry about it. Another apple. Oh, we have fought these knights before, so I'll say they look kind of different. Oh, this is like almost like an extension of like a Ryza 1 area. Actually, you know what? It actually reminds me of, I forget what the area was called, but that castle area from Sophie 2. Really? Oh, okay, fine, I'll go around. Oh, jeez. Oh, God, this thing's way faster than me! Give up, give up! Oh, the bigger crystal, guys. We'll go to the other spot. We'll go to the one that doesn't have another dog trying to hound me. Please, is it fighting these guys, perchance? Or fighting that one in particular? Oh, it's gonna be a nightmare to try and isolate that one. Gotcha.
心配せず
足手まといにならないよう
ライザー
全力を尽くしまだまだ
テレリーガヤバかったら言えよ2頭で決める
荒々しく激しく行きなさい。
二頭使いの力見せてやる
今の鍵が作れるかも。よし今のでき
心配せず
ライザさん
任せろライザー
できるかも。
当然だろ
クリスタルの力使います。発動します。あとは任せてください。ありがとうフェデリーカ。
どれにするか
Oh, I was gonna say, do you have anything?
問題ありません。どうすか。
That'll do.
固まりすぎだ
蹴っ飛ばす。
So you always try to reset people's turns.
容赦なしの仰ぎ方見せます。
行くぞ
Of course. Why would I even think they'd be on their own?
レント君がいれば安心だね。
面白そうだ発動する行くぞそこだ
光の雨よ。容赦なしの仰ぎ方見せます。これで決める。
おい今なら鍵を作れるんじゃないか
よいしょ決めますよ。
二頭じゃないだ
わかりました。
任せる
ライザ出すよ。よし今のでいくぞ。
やったねライザー。
こっちだ鼻を切る
いきます。始めるよ。
That'll do. We only use every CC point. Knew it. Oh, there's another dog.
ク
Okay.
ラウディア一緒にやっつけよう。行こうライザ。よいしょ。これでいっ
Oh, I just got hard interrupted, huh?
続けます。今なら鍵が作れるかも。よし今のでいくぞ。
心配せず
ライザさんやった
任せろ
ね。
ライザ
始めるよ。大盤振る舞いよ。
Get the magic damage in, so that'll reset our turn count as well.
容赦なしの仰ぎ方見せます。
打ち込む
もう一発。
こっちだ鼻を切る
いいかそれいきます。連続攻撃。
下だ
いかがでしたか。
二頭で決める
始めるよ。
Ah, sure.
成功して。よしできた。どれにしようかな。これに決めた。さあ行くわよ。くらえ。これで思いっきり
見切れるか
これはつらいな。お願いしてもよろしいですか。
ライザー
気をつけて。ライザー
すごい攻撃が来そうだ。
二頭で決める
行きます。どう連続攻撃。
Gotcha.
勝ちましたね皆さん。バッチリだね。チアー。
Oh, we got 2 for 1 in that, huh? I said, I imagine one of them was a character quest then. How is the SP looking anyway? I still have no idea if we have to unlock ore through this or if we'll just find the next level of ore naturally. I'm gonna... Well, how far away from this? A few hundred. I'll save up for that and get that and see if that unlocks the next ores. Because, you know, you need the ores to make the next weapon anyway, so it makes sense. It's been a suspiciously long time we've been without the next level of ore, so I can only assume it's because you're supposed to do it yourself. And I think that's as far as we can go.
言われてみれば
Oh, I was trying to see if I could squeeze past it. The doggo was not having any of that. I'm not going to fight this guy, he takes too long.
これで私が走れよボス君
How do I miss the glowing thing? Ryza, please.
ワクワクするよね
You can't get down there, really? You would have thought you could. That looks like an area. But I think that's as far as this journey will allow us to go. So I don't see any like switches or something hidden anywhere. Oh, I should try and get that though. Yeah, excuse me, lads. Excuse me, monsters. Just want to get this treasure chest. There's something else in this media area of interest.
ごめんなさいそんな謝らなくても少し休む？あ、いえ、大丈夫です。少し油断していました。
What about up there, actually? Before we completely leave. We haven't actually gone up the middles. I'm trying to see if there's like a switch or something for this. No, as I say, this dog is in the worst position. There's no way we're getting past this thing. I should really be on my mount, since the enemies seem to leave you alone if you're on your mount, but still. Do I not have more pristine keys? I should have a look. I thought I did. Oh, I don't. Okay, I need to make more then. Oh ho! He's just gonna drop the drawbridge. Aha! It makes sense because it's right in front of you technically, so you should really have spotted it, but I just didn't. So now we can proceed further up. Let's see if I do this, if the big guy will leave me alone. Good. Aw, Buzz. This is the adventure you guys are always talking about. Now I see why it's so fun. Jewel Mushroom. What about over here? Oh, just same old. I'm just trying to look around, guys. Don't mind me. It's a treasure chest. Ancient branch. Alright, on my way out. Well, so that woman just came in here, looted all our stuff and left. We didn't stop her. Why? This feels like it probably just circles back around, but oh, it might at least lead to a treasure chest though. Lead the way, my companion. Or you could lead me to the super dangerous enemy. That works too.
あそこ魔物が集まってる。
Fine, we'll fight this dog because it looks a bit holier anyway. Yeah, the Demon Slayer Wolf. Yeah, we'll fight this thing.
ボスさん、指示をお願いします。大盤振る舞いよ。これでと。容赦なしの仰ぎ方見せます。
速度を保ち切り続ける。
構えて。そりゃ
行くぞ。
あ。わかりました。
任せる。
構えて。
見切れるか。
レッドの攻撃。これでと。
Ooh, and I've got the Angelica soon.
移動使いの力見せてやる。
What I should do is get a proper healing item and have it replace the Pludge. Because the Lunar Lamp's doing more than enough work for the magic side of things, and the Trio Craft covers our physical base for items. And I can give the Pludge to someone else.
決めますよ。
当然だろ。
フリスタルの力使います。これで仕留めます。切り刻みなさい。扇はこんなこともできるんです。少し増やしましょうか。
おい、気をつけろ。やばい雰囲気だぞ。
蹴っ飛ばす。
こういう使い方もありだ。
Thank you, gang.
これでせーの仕留めます。
2頭で決める。
雪のように見えるでしょ。よいしょ。飛べ。
I notice that you get attack level 5 hella quick in this game compared to the other two, which isn't a bad thing. It helps keep the things going, makes sure ultimates actually happen every now and then.
避けられるか。
Boss, a little combo maniac. He was going all in.
次の攻撃につなげます。
Oh, Ryza's nearly down.
矢の雨から逃れられる。
Looks like only one anyway.
勝てたみたい。まだまだ強くなれそうね。
Shining Strike plus plus. Yeah, I imagine we're only going to get the pluses from this point onwards. Salt Charge plus plus, Arrows of Harmony.
まだまだ強くなれるぜ。
Oh, just short. I was saying, is that enough?
何をさてと。あ、発見。 それ。
I got 24 slots. Okay, next. When we get to that one, I will return to the Atelier. We don't actually have an Atelier here, do we?
向かいますか。
No, so we'd have to go to a different one. We haven't got far enough its story route for Ryza to build a new one.
足を踏み外すなよ。
The Grand Cavity. No, okay, you know what I was saying in that spiral mine in like the second area around Sardonica, where it reminded me a lot of the boss from Skyward Sword, but this is literally the arena now. It's like, come on, why'd they play that game? But this is also the end of the road for our little side path by the looks of it. God, I love this track. I don't know what it's about with this track, but I really enjoy this piece. It does feel like you've stumbled upon like these magnificent gargantuan ruins or something. I think I can quite comfortably say this game's got one of my favourite maps of an Atelier game. in terms of just going around and exploring and seeing the sights and everything.
俺直せるぜ
Ryza 2 had a great map and how things interconnected, and it was very like easy to remember where things were. But like, this game, like, you can tell the scope is involved. It means something regardless of where you are and what you're doing. I wonder what's... I don't know, I can see a treasure chest from here, but I wonder, like, what's actually down there. If there's, you know, we need to find a switch and break that to get down.
過ごしやすい気温になってきたねとはいえ無理せず行こう
Oh, it does continue spiraling up as well. It also explains why you can't jump off the edge. Because you wouldn't be able to get back up naturally. And although you can just quick warp, like... Maybe, like, for some reason, even though it make no sense, you could have somehow got this far without triggering a single landmark, and then you'd be completely dead gamed. Alright, so that didn't link back up to the mainland like I thought it would. It was literally just a sequence of mountains that then become ruins, or the temple. But I love this theme, this area. The temple is cool. The temple feels like a Ryza 1 area, if I'm honest, and I mean that in a good way. Like a Ryza 1 or Ryza 2 dungeon area. Well, I was expecting to find like notes to build up like you know, the ruin knowledge like we did in Ryza 2. Speaking of, that's the biggest thing by far I missed from Ryza 2. I missed the Ruin Expeditions. The Ruin Expedition was like my favourite thing in Ryza 2. So I guess we go back to the fishing village and start heading north, but before I do that... Let's go to our Atelier. Turn in what we got. Still short. If we make literally anything, I want to make more pristine keys, so I didn't realise we were that low on them. Oh, did I not put a single super trait on anything? There we are. Attacker level increases everything. Okay, I'll just do hero knowledge. Gain extra SP, next level. Food stat buffs. Ah, so still no ores. I need to figure out where ores could be on the list, because they might be there, assuming they're not like something you just get given, like a recipe book or something. Oh, it's a bomb. I was gonna say, I want to try and make something new healing-wise. Oh! That ancient branch we picked up is the only one we have. And of course we can't dupe it, damn. And also we can't make the elixir because we don't have a Dunkelite. We're not getting a Dunkelite anytime soon. Is this just... Yeah, this is just resurrection, huh?
何作ろうかな。
Is there anything on the skill tree before I get too carried away that I could look for that might be healing? Golden Heart sounds like it might be healing based, but I can't work off a, like that. That's just a, like, you know, a hunch. Oh damn, there's no way to check and see if it to tell me what it is. Ooh, 4,100, we're getting lower. Oh, manual save, you haven't done so yet. Alright, and then we'll just head up.
なんかいい匂いがする。村で魚でも焼いてるっぽいな。
As soon as I figure out how to get out of this village, it's a... Hey, that kid's supposed to be our tour guide, right? Where is he?
さて、どこで使えるんだか。
You know what I actually want to check quickly before we get too carried away? I need to try and get a blue synthesis trait. Oh, there's that. Synthesis ice increase small. And try and get ice increase like M. Because then I think then we could like BS our nectar, is what I'm getting at. If we can get like at least M ice increase synthesis effect, I think we could like bullshit our nectar. Until we get more ancient branches.
どんな素材も無駄にならないからね。それ。さあさあ集めちゃいましょうね。
Oh, okay. There's like, is there any indication of where we're going? No, of course not. That'd be too easy.
二頭使いの力見せてやる。
今の鍵が作れるかも。仕留めます。
ライザー、任せる。下だ。見切れるか。
まだまだまだ。よし、今のいけそう。容赦なしの仰ぎ方見せます。これで決める。始めるよ。大盤振る舞いよ。 一匹やっつけた。ライザさん、お見事です。フェデリーカ、休める？こんなことができるんですよ。終わりじゃありませんよ。切るだけではありませんよ。雪のように見えるでしょ。仕上げますよ。飛ばす。よし、今のでいけそう。
二頭使いの力見せてやる。
フェデリーカの力
フェデリーカ
使います。
ライザー、任せる。
I'll just do that. Get Federica slightly topped up. Also, yep.
私たちの勝ちだね。少し強くなった気がしますね。
If we do pick up another ancient branch, though, that'll be the other thing that will like get me to go back and make the nectar. I wish the nectar did more than just resurrect. If it was resurrect and heal, we'd be in business. But right now we need like a good group heal, and we don't have it. We don't have our equivalent of like like the aroma breeze. And I don't know where it would be on the recipe list to find it. I'm at least glad we're like far removed from like in Sophie 1 where like you have to do random hyper-specific thing and then you unlock the recipe. You're like, huh? I like that in these they kind of streamlined it a lot more. It's like if it's not in the skill tree, it's because it's an extension of another thing you have to make. So as long as you just keep making things, you will, you know, figure it out. So if you want, being like, overlook the city. Okay. And now you can make an item. Okay. You know? Like, it was kind of weird at times. We need, like, a yellow adventure effect. I will swap that on, though, just in case we bump into a yellow door. No, we need a yellow adventure key for that. Oh, it's not low enough. Well, we really didn't do that much damage, huh? Yeah, we need new equipment like yesterday. We need new ores so we can start looking into the new weapons. Not synthesis or adventure. No, I'm not, I don't care then. So we need a blue synthesis key. That's pretty good. That has like ice extra on it. And we need a yellow adventure key to unlock the door. Oh, it's up there. I was gonna say, where is the landmark? I can see where everything is on the map. We're in business. Do I have to go around? Of course I do. Oh, this is a dead end. Never mind. We're super going around then. And there's something like tucked away or hidden. Dun-dun-dun. Bing bong, ding.
Ryza さんって健脚ですよね。そうかな。
子供の頃から走り回ってるからだろうね。
Ooh, key locked and there's a ladder. Ooh. Excuse me, demon. I need to see what this is about. This is interesting. Do I have the key for that? No. I hope I do. I do. It's the one I literally just yanked out. Haha. Oh, it's down. I would have thought it would have been going up. What is up then, if we can even go look? Another one of these grey things that teaches you something for your trouble. Another bloody apple. We don't need these apples, game. At least not yet. Let's go touch this landmark. Old moss-covered tower. red. I need a. So what I'm after. At least it's got synthesis effect.
どうですか？問題なさそうですか？とりゃ。
And the other landmark's like literally just west of us. Oh wow. Oh okay, we're gonna go check that space out in a sec. Let's just go get this other one as well while we're here. Random quest, is it defeat an enemy? Sure, that's a good reward. You convinced me.
レントさんの足手まといにならないよう全力を尽くします。これで熱いのをあげる。容赦なしの仰ぎ方見せます。
二頭使いの力、守りが解けた。今なら楽に倒せそうだ。
いっけー。
いいな。僕負けちゃいそうだよ。
わかりました。ライザさん、始めるよ。
Oh, even if you resist it, you'll still trigger the magic boost.
集中攻撃で倒せるかも。いい感じだよ、フェデリカさん。ないです。効果あるでしょ。わかりました。ライザさん。これで二頭で決める。決めちゃいなさい。届いて。これで。容赦なしの仰ぎ方見せます。
こういう使い方もありだ。
行きます。今なら鍵が開けるかも。
フェデリカ、
お願いしてもよろしいですか？
離れるなよ。
モーさん、指示お願いします。行くよ。
いけるか。
熱いのをあげる。付き合い。まだまだまだ。容赦なしの仰ぎ方見せます。
速度を保ち、守りが解けた。今なら楽に倒せそうだ。
やりますね、
ライザ、ここは任せる。これで
決めなさいよ。
しっとり。
一匹やっつけた。行きます。それ。まだまだ。
Oh, I was like, why can't I block? Because she was already like getting ready to do the animation. That's kind of cheap. She's already in the, like prepared to launch them, and she just wouldn't do it. She was like, no. Thought I'd missed something obvious, but no, Ryza just was not raising her guard because she was ready for this. Let's just finish it off. Wow, that lasted long. So it charged us like, oh no, it's going to do it scary, it's already dead. Oh, I need to key check these guys. So wait, time out, key check. Does it have synthesis or adventure effect? We're not close enough, damn it. Oh, jeez. We got stunned for a second. That was an awkward angle to get stunned at. Oh. No interest. Like I said, still magic damage. It's like, yeah, what else is she gonna do? Look at Frederica's skills, it's all magic damage.
った成功ですかな。よいしょ。いかがでしたか。
2投で決める。
当然だろ。みんな気をつけろ。とんでもねえ攻撃が来るぞ。
雪のように見えるでしょ。これもどうぞ。
So yeah, we won't let that bitch attack, it's fine. I was paying attention, so eventually, like, if I do the attacks for too long, the enemy will get its attack just because we let it go on too long instead of just stopping it.
クリスタルの力使います。かな。まだまだ。正解の言い方。私たちの勝ちだね。まだまだ強くなるそうね。
少しでも早く。よーし、まだまだ強くなれるぜ。
Yeah, the Holy Tree Leaves, it was, that was too good to pass up.
この調子で探索していこう。あ、発見。
Oh, was it blue? It's synthesis effect? No, it's not quite what we need.
よし。
I need blue synthesis ice increase medium. What's the map looking like? Wow, a huge chunk just got cleared up there. Of course, once again, if they bring the system back in later games, don't make the clouds look like they're hiding more. Because I was expecting it to be like all this chunk. No, it's like this is the dead end. So like, what was the point? Welcome back. That's the only thing. Like when if they do an open world in the next game, like make the clouds only cover what you can explore. Because it's clear, like when we get this one, I bet the map fucking ends here. So what's the point of all these clouds? You know? I know it's to keep you guessing and whatnot, but it ends up kind of making everything slightly underwhelming. Because like I expected there to be more here. But I will go back and explore this thing as well. We just need to make sure we get a blue synthesis key with ice plus medium, preferably. Okay, we lost it of OST's upload. That's fair enough, dude. If you don't want... If you do that for, like, almost every single, compile heart published game, don't you? So, like, it's okay if you don't want to do it either for one, or just pause, or just stop. I've seen that the gold third are back in the Big Nep game. I'm just going to keep on calling it the Big Nep game, because that's what it is. That's the next game. Yeah, fair enough. I still need to get try out SVS, but as you know, the schedule's going to be kind of packed, especially on the RPG front. So when I squeeze that in, who knows? But I will do. Not do it for me. That's fair. I think I'll enjoy it. I'll probably have problems with it because this is an Idea Factory game. Of course, there's going to be a couple things with it, but I'll probably enjoy it casually because it's the same as how it kind of applies to me for a lot of them. And the fact that it's not like, you know, some quirky random little spin-off 2 games in a row tells me that they have got at least some of that spark back. Like, they've got some of that creativity to want to do something fresh with the series again. Which, after how much the franchise stagnated, and admittedly that's entirely their own fault, it fucking stagnated as much as it did after V2. But that's besides the point. And do it for me. Got a lot of emotions I used to have for net with Trails. Yeah, that's fair. Well, with how much Trails seemingly like just kind of like took you for a ride in terms of like it like hooked you and pulled you in, like yeah, I'm not surprised. So is it just a straight shot to the village from here? I think it is. That looks like it'll just continue being a linear path up until there, and then maybe space out after we get there. Which, if that's the case, it's not really that hidden. Oh yeah, just follow the linear north path and you will find it eventually. It's not really a hidden village then, is it? It's ready to freaking Tamsoft. Yeah, but you know what I mean, though. Like, regardless of quality, like, I didn't mind Cyber Dimension. I wasn't a big fan of Super NEP, as you know, and I didn't mind despite what despite some of the gripes I had, I didn't mind Ninja Wars too much. But like as a whole, it does feel like, man, there was really like an untapped potential they started to reach with V2, and then they just didn't do anything with it. But SVS, and the fact that, like, after SVS, they've immediately gone to this other one that's gonna be like, you know... I thought the game crashed for a second. That was great for what it was. Yeah, that's fair. But anyway, it feels like they've got that spark again. Like, they've got something creative or something different they want to do with the NEP series again. And it's funny that it's like, oh yes, we found our spark and creativity to do stuff with NEP again. Really? What is it? Yeah, making not Neptune the protagonist for a game. We made Nepgear the protag of SVS, and we got a big Nep be the protag of the next game. I'm like, wow, it's almost like Neptune's character in the modern games isn't that great, and it's kind of repetitive now. Even though there's a lot of potential they could do with the character, they just don't do it. Would you let me wish Net die before it was made? I liked 4GO to play, but it was very much once I was finished, I was done with it. That was my thing with it. Outside of the, you know, the 10-minute long fucking load screen trying to fire up the game, once you was actually in the game, I didn't mind it. I enjoyed it for what it was, but once I was done, I was like, I'm probably never going to play this again. And that's the problem. That seems to apply to like every single NEP spin-off. I finish it, and I'm like, yeah, sure, that was whatever. Like, assuming I like it. But then once I'm done, I never have a reason to touch it again. Anyway, wow! So many things I'm curious about. Hey, now, don't forget why we came here. Why did we come here? It's been a stream and a half. Oh, wait, let's find Empo and Lilla. Are we almost there? Nobody's seen us. It should be fine. Here's to break the game. Oh yeah, the game was super breakable, but I still enjoyed it for what it was. Like, the game was imbalanced, was barely functional, had a boss where if you perfect parried its attack, you'd clip into the floor. I don't know if they ever fixed that. Yeah, and then the gem system on top of it. Like, the game was a mess, but it was a mess I enjoyed, so I didn't really care. It's the same thing with Ninja Wars. It was a mess I admittedly enjoyed. I didn't care for the story at all. Well, I think I could tell you exactly like 2 lines I remember reading before I started switching off, and just all the rest is a blur. But that's about it, you know? And it probably would have been the same with Super NEP if I gave it more of a chance. I just did not click with its combat system at first. It just didn't vibe with me at all. And I found that there was like a weird like lag in the jump that just, I don't know why, it just really bugged me. And I don't know if they ever fixed that, or if there's like something that makes it better. How many feelings about Ninja Wars? Yeah, the people that make it's like the worst thing that ever happened to NEP, it's like, it is a problematic game. I will say that. It is bad in a lot of ways, and it does have a lot of problems with it. But to say it's the worst one? Alright, you know, like, Is producing perfection, which is interesting because that's the one I never hear a single good thing about. It's the only one that like no one seems to like but you. I don't know what's new, but you know what I mean. Like, anytime anyone in the community talks about producing perfection, they never talk about it in a nice light. It's one of the ones I haven't played. I haven't played that one. I haven't played Action Unleashed, but I'm in no rush to. And I haven't played Hyper Devotion because it's a tactical RPG, so I'm not that interested. You have to work very hard to get me interested in a tactical RPG. The only one that really did it was Final Fantasy Tactics, and even then, that got a pass. Like, even then, like, once I was done with it, it's like, I respect, it's like the second best in terms of production value, in terms of effort, in terms of quality. It's the second best Final Fantasy in the franchise, unarguably. But it's just not my cup of tea. To this day, it's the best version of each NEP character, barring NEP. Fair. One day I'd like to try it for the sake of trying it. It's just I'm in no rush for a lot of the spin-offs. Like, I want to at least one day play every single version of a Neptunia game. Like, I want to play the original NEP 1, Mark 2, and Victory. I want to play Producing Perfection, Hyper Devotion, just to try it, even if I end up probably not liking it, and Action Unleashed. Because I think they're the only ones I haven't played yet. Yeah, you've said many a time that the OG NEP 1 had the best version of NEP for you. Get a PS3 then. Well, one day. Alright, maybe. I'm in no rush to get a PS3 either. So, Ryza's the one in the middle, Lent is the big one, Tao's the one with glasses, the one with the long blonde hair is Claudia, the one with the sharp expression is Boss. Huh? How do you know our names? PS3 games. The PS3 jetpack, yeah. I'm Dean Farrell. I'm friends with Lilla and Empel. You are? Sorry for being so hostile back there. I had to pretend not to know you guys. Can you explain your intentions later? So, Empel put you up to this? Yeah, pretty much. I can see him doing that. I don't know how we can trust him after that. I haven't heard about you. Who are you? Well, yeah, Frederica's a new friend, so you wouldn't. She's Frederica, a new friend. Nice to meet you. About the OG, his problems, but most of his problems about communicate its mechanics. Yeah, fair. So I don't have an opinion, I haven't played it, I just, yeah. The only thing about it, and it would just be an adjustment, I've seen the cutscenes and it's like, man, yeah, you can tell they redrew the models, like the models for the visual novel stuff later on. Because some of them look nice and cool, right? Some of them look kind of weird, where it's obviously, you know, just I'm used to the newer look of the characters compared to the older one. Like, I have to adjust. If you say so. He doesn't seem to trust me. Now, we're almost at the village. We can talk more details when we arrive. This is one of those, this is the epitome of why do animes sometimes have weird camera angles, and the girl goes, what do you mean? As the camera's like got her ass in frame. This is that meme. Not bad, just it's so poorly communicated. Like, the sliders are actually fantastic with healing. But I didn't realize how many scenes seemingly have Ryza's like rear in frame until we picked this costume. But they knew what they were doing. I refuse to believe the director didn't expect people to find Ryza sexy. When the director said, oh, he was hoping you'd find Ryza more cutish or more like tomboyishly like free-going, and it's like, I mean, yeah, she's both of them as well, but how on earth did you not expect people to find her sexy? Come on. It wasn't he wasn't expecting, he just said he was surprised at how many people found her that way. Find the secrets with sliders and use it to slow the final boss on hard mode without taking damage. Damn! I don't really know why I'm fighting these enemies, just on the off chance they're new. Add them to the list. That's worked. The biggest complaint is that it actually becomes a skill issue, ironically. Fair enough. But the biggest thing I always hear about Net 1 is that the game's kind of grindy. That's what I usually hear. Which, once again, is no stranger to me. I've played turn-based RPGs or grinder RPGs in general most of my life, so it's nothing new. Like, there's a reason why the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters are getting the experience sliders, because holy shit, some of those older ones get grindy as hell. Just complaint. Well, yeah, most people who play RPGs don't mind grinding a little bit, but if it feels like they're just doing it for hours on end to just make a little bit of progress, then yeah, it's a valid complaint. I mean, heck, it's the complaint I had with Saga, when we played that Saga game, that it felt like the grind was astronomical. With very little to show for it. But once again, like I said, I haven't played it, so I don't know how true it is. It's just that's the complaint I tend to hear, that it's very grindy. There's a village of fire. And to begin with, I just said, most people don't mind a grind, but if the grind feels like it goes on for way too long with no improvement, then it's no fun, and then it becomes a very valid complaint.
Ryza.
It's why I didn't like Saga, because that game's grind was astronomical. Like, you got out of the opening area and you were grinding for what felt like hours just to get past one basic fucking enemy outside the opening area. For too long. Well, so, but that's what I mean. I don't know, because I haven't played it. It's just a complaint I hear. So I don't know, so I can't speak of it. Skill issue. Well, equally, if there's like absolutely no grind, and you just kind of burn through everything without much trouble, then it's like, yeah, that can be a problem in of itself, because then things can become too easy, and then learning the mechanics become pointless, because there's no point, because you're just going to win anyway. Which is like an on-again, off-again problem with Atelier. Like, an Atelier game will either be too hard or too easy. It feels like they're struggling to find a balance. Because Ryza 1 was way too easy, but like Sophie 2 was kind of pretty fucking brutal. Especially on the harder difficulties, which is the most point. Ryza 2 felt like it had a bit of a balance, but then once you got into late game, it was relatively, like, exploitable. And this game so far, it depends on the enemy. Some enemies, like, they just can't do anything to us, while some of them, they just kind of rinse us. There's no in-between. Well, I mean, that whole, like, professional reviewers, I don't really pay attention to that much anyway, as you know. But, like, that was a thing for the Neptunia franchise for a long time, so much so they even took a jab at it on, I think it was Victory 1. I should be with Verona. I'm just saying in the context of, like, compared to the other ones, like, the shift from Sophie 2 to Ryza 1 was baffling how much easier Ryza 1 was. But it's like, there was a jab at it in one of the trophies. It was like, do you think the journalists made it this far? And it was like a trophy for, like, beating the prologue and I think victory. So it's like, yeah, there was a problem with the Neptunia series. People just not, like, the professional reviewers just not playing that much of the game to, like, explain the full package before they gave their rather damning reviews. Yeah, Ryza 1's designed to be a lot more inviting. It was designed to be a beginner-friendly Atelier in every sense of the word, and it clearly achieved that when you look at how successful it was. I don't know if it was the first, but it hit 1 million units sold, for goodness sake. For like an Atelier game to do that, clearly it wasn't just, you know, Ryza's thighs that sold it. It was because the game was approachable. It was easier to get into, it was easier to enjoy and easier to understand. And so yeah, the game was easier as a whole. It was just, for me, it was just the whiplash. Also, I should be able to beat Ray Rights and levels under-leveled. Fair enough. Hey, Ryza, have you noticed? Yes. There's dragon-shaped decorations all over the shop. The scout system broke victory. I'll take your word for it. So this land worships dragons, then? What's the glossary for dragons? A dragon worship with the people of Fara. The people hold up a crest in the shape of a dragon to devote their faith to it. Me a cheesy F out of Ray. From the pattern of placement, they seem like charms to ward off evil. What do you want to do? I can get to telling you the details if you want. She'd probably want to set up an Atelier first, knowing Ryza. Before that, I'd like to get myself settled for a little bit. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You're going to do that thing again, aren't you? The thing? Hey, do you think I could use this empty piece of land? Eh? There's plenty of vacant pieces of land, so I think it's fine, but what are you going to do? Thought I'd prepare an Atelier. I'm going to build a house, basically. Oh, I remember seeing this area in one of the trailers. Like, it just like struck a chord of memory to me. I remember seeing this in a trailer. Alright, blue synthesis. Fuck. It was neither. It was neither blue nor a synthesis. Alright, how spacious is this? Okay, thanks game. They're really informative. Wow, there are a lot of people to talk to. And the shops down there. Oh, check the shops. You've got an infinite amount of money, for goodness sake. I can check the shops quick. Yeah, sure, you can have some ores. I got some dragon bones. Hi, do you see anything worth, like, burning 100,000 coal on? Sure, why not? No, not really.
毎度どうも。
ゆっくり見て。何を買うんだい？またいつでも来て。
Any other shops down here? No. Okay, so the answer is no. We still have a coal problem. 137,000. Oof. Well, it's a good problem to have. I'd rather the problem be too much money than, like, no money. Like, if I had to pick a poison, that's the poison I'd take, sort of thing. Okay, it's a cozy little area. Alright, let's go build our base.
弓の手入れをしておこうかな。
Research base shows treasure, adds a garden, increases the SP gain. You know, we haven't actually made a garden. I'll go with this.
何入れようかな。
Mix it up a bit.
材料は。
Symbiotic, I don't mind. Yeah. That'll be something you'll notice when I eventually do go through the Pixel Remastered Final Fantasies. In those ones, if you don't commit to the grind, not only will you be underleveled, you won't be able to afford fucking anything. But if you do commit to the grind, you'll notice you're not only a stronger level, but you'll be able to afford that one really cool sword you saw in the shop. You know, like it kind of balances out. Well, I say it, Final Fantasy in general, Final Fantasy 3 onwards, there tends to be a thing where the money's only a problem in the first half. When you get to the second half and the game opens up more, you naturally just end up getting more money because you go explore more. Especially in 6, holy shit. The second half of 6, if you go for 100% and you're exploring everything, you're so loaded by the time you go to Kefka's Tower. Whilst in the first half of the game, you're really not. You usually have just enough to get by. Like, there's 3 really cool weapons, you might only be able to buy 2 of them, sort of thing. This is the power of alchemy! It seems that everyone has the same reaction. Maybe a Tactics remake? I would love a Tactics remake. And do it in the style of Octopath Traveler. Make it HD 2D. Like, they don't need to make it like full, like, photorealistic 3D sort of thing. No, go down the fucking Octopath, but make it HD 2D. Make it like super high quality pixel art. I'd live for that. Because that's what people thought it would be when they announced Triangle Strategy. When Triangle Strategy opened up, everyone was like, wait, is this going to be a remake of fucking Tactics? And then it wasn't, and it was like, oh. But that's how we want it to look like. Speaking of, can Square, like, start thinking of better names for their Silicon Studio titles? Like, Octopath Traveler gets a pass, because the game's really fun, but fucking Various Daylife? What the fuck kind of title is that? Triangle Strategy? What? Huh? Can they, like, stop with whatever the hell this naming convention is to Silicon Studios, please? Like, Bravely Default got a pass because it's literally the name of the mechanic in the game. Octopath Traveler, we kind of gave it a pass because there's 8 different adventures, so Octo, Path, and you're traveling, got it. What the fuck is Triangle Strategy in Radiant Daylife? Anyway, seems that everyone makes the same reaction. Yeah, it's amazing, teach me your alchemy too. It may look easy, but it's surprisingly hard, you know. You're looking quite smug there, Ryza. This is normal? You guys are something else. Ryza. No, let me call you sis. Aww! I was in the route, I was expecting that to go. I'd be like, no, call me sir. I guess I don't mind. So when she's not smug to some degree. Yeah, true. Has he taken a liking to you already? I love the expressions in this game. Anyway, let's talk more inside. So there's our Atelier. To be fair, our Atelier's in a good spot in this map, I think. Because it's like in the middle. Because like in here, it's like, it's just out of the way. Over here, it's just by the islands. But it's like here, it's actually like in the middle of everything. So it's easier to just kind of... Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff to do. It's easier to just kind of make it your starting point and then just pick a direction when you're resource gathering. I do have seeds, don't I? Not many seeds. Okay, I need to make more. Got it. So, Mr. Dian, can you tell us your story? Just Dian is fine. I was hired by the two to be their guide when they came to be their guide when they came to the village. They hired you as a guide? So does that mean there are ruins nearby like we thought? Not nearby, but there are some huge ruins in the forest of Namid. The two of them were looking into it, but the villagers didn't like it. Oh yeah, I can totally imagine their reaction. It's like that here too then? So what happened to the two of them? They got caught trespassing in the Forbidden Depths, and now they're locked away somewhere? They locked away Empo and Lilla? How? I'm guessing they must have just not resisted arrest, but like, huh? Those two really never change. Empo said Ryza and the others will come to look for us. If it gets out that they're with us, they will be caught as well. So pick a fight with them before they do anything unnecessary and explain the situation after you bring them to the village. That's Empo for you. He predicted our every move. So Empo is alive and well. So please lend me a hand when the time comes for me to go save them. Till then, it's better if we don't seem too close with one another. I have another message for you. He says, get used to exploring the forest so it'll be easier to move around later. He hasn't given up at all, has he? Oh, and one more thing. He said that he would be all you need to understand. There seems to be a gate here. Oh. Yeah, oh. Everyone's just like, oh shit. What could this gate that the two of them were researching be? I don't really get it, but it seems like Sis does. Well, you really already committed to that name. Yeah, I understood well enough, thanks. Looks like we should hurry with our investigation. You mentioned earlier that those who enter without permission are caught, so it's fine to enter as long as we get permission first? Yeah, if you get permission from the chief, you can enter the ruins. The chief? Well, the chief already didn't let Empo and Lilla in, so I doubt they're gonna let this band of misfits in. Real plans to rank best boys and best girls of COD Steel 2. My rant about specific arc 2 and then skip the rankings. All the COD Steel characters in the entire... to ranking all the COD Steel characters in the entire OST set. You're insane, but good luck. Put simply, the most important person in the village. I see, so basically the village chief. Is that not what I just said? Hey, would you let me handle it? I think I could swing something to get permission. Really? In that case, please. Alright, let's go to his manor. You just have to go with my story, sis. Dian seems really fired up for some reason. It would help if things go smoothly, but what's the catch? I'm pretty sure Man's had it. Seems well established. Come on, let's go! Oh, whoops. I'm trying to think what I even want to save for. Oh, that was what I was going to try. Oh, I have to actually put stuff in place first. Let me do that. Yeah, we did bullshit it a little bit. Nice. I was like, can we bullshit this to get more SP gain? Oh, we need quality boost. Okay, that's... What do we need for this? A Grace Nero? We don't have that, okay. And that's... Oh, the super traits over there. We need more ancient branches anyway, so we can't get that. But we can upgrade it later on. Now we've opened the door to it, sort of thing. Like, we've, like, cracked it open. Like, we can try and get it later. Was prayer or life boosting? Oh, gives you regen as well. And this is just more AP gain, huh? It's one or the other. Oh, we got a resurrection item for when boss and everybody gets knocked down again. Oh, I mean, what? I'll let you hold that instead. When did we get this? I don't remember getting this fake bouquet. Sure, I'll stick it on. I don't remember getting that at all. Oh, we got a lot of this. Increase CC at the start, that would be very nice. Increase it more at the start, that would also be very... Stop defaulting the no! There we go. I'll hold off for now, I'll save the rest. If I make that though... I don't know how much further I'll be able to upgrade it past it to make it worth it. We need... You, we haven't got you yet. We haven't even got... You've not got the recipe book? Or we haven't found it on the upgrade list. Or we haven't found it on the skill tree. Which is annoying, because I really hope we find it soon, so I can actually start getting some upgrades for people. Production quality up. You know what, sure, get 2 of these. I have... I'll come back. I don't really have any good blues. This affects more mark of aggression. Reduces wait time of skills, increases speed.
材料は考えすぎかな。マテリアル缶解放。いい感じじゃない？
Oh, did I not put on a single super trait? Oh,
考えすぎかな。
for show.
材料考えすぎかな。どこに入れよう。レベルアップ。
What's Lion Rush? Greatly increases attack and speed, but reduces... Oh, Berserk. Got it. No, I'm good. Well, if I'm not putting on a super trait, yeah, I might as well take that away then, and I can use it on somewhere else.
材料はマテリアル缶解放。どこに入れよう。こんな感じかな。いい感じじゃない？よーし、行け。何作ろう。
Is this way better? It is absolutely way better. Awesome. Alright. And you know what that means. Time to duplicate it. Have I got... How many gems have I... Oh, I've got enough. Oh, I should have enough. We're good. Okay, oh, we don't have enough. I want to be able to dupe it twice at least. Oh, we get rid of the old armor. That'll do.
よし、行け。これなら十分ね。どう強くしよう。何作ろうかな。たくさん作っとこうかな。
There we are.
よし。
Right, now everyone has the way better armor. Good. Now we're a bit more, like, on the board. There's yours. Oh no, you lost an extra point of health. However will you manage? It does put everyone in, like, the attacker role, especially boss. Look at that, roll 8. Oh, but that's fine. We're hyper aggressive anyway, so it tracks. Fucking symbol of onslaught increases attack. Symbol of sniping, crit rate. Symbol of the Forsaken, evasion. Sure, I'll have that one. Raw defense would be your best friend, Claudia, so yeah, I will give you that. Yeah, sure, I kind of like Boss being like an attack maniac. Sure. Alright, I'm kind of happy with that. We're a bit more prepared for the future, I will save. Alright, where are we heading?
持っている人がいるみたい。
Oh, they're the usual twos, got it. Over to there. Can I just leave and go north and explore more of this? Because I want to do that. Let's see what this random quest is first. Monster, a flower puny. We're heading that way anyway, so you know what, dude? Yes, I will. Let's go. The village chief can wait. Oh yeah, I'm spotting the numbers. The numbers are high. Okay, yeah, the armor was a good decision. It's not too much better, but it's better enough. That was a good decision. Oh, we got frozen again. And we've got the nectar, so if someone dies, we can get them back up. It does limit Ryza's aggressive options, but eh. The Lunar Lamp and Trio Crafts are doing a lot of the work anyway, so it's fine. The Ingenico is like general healing, and then the Nectar is like emergency healing because of its resurrection properties. I just need a good group heal, because the Ingenico, like, I've noticed it has progressively got nerfed in each game. In the first game, it was like it fully fucking healed you, and made your max health get bigger, and it buffed the entire party. Like, it was insanely good. In the second game, like, it didn't heal you as much, but it could still, like, expand your max health. In this game, like, it feels like it's a suggestion if it heals you, but it still gives you all the buffs. And I know it's because I haven't, like, maxed upgraded it as well, which is also a thing, but it just, in general, doesn't feel as good as it was in, like, previous games. But the Elixir? Yeah, the Elixir will absolutely be the best one to go for, but I don't have a Dunkelite yet, so until I do, that one's off limits. As soon as I do, though, we're going in. That's for sure. Ooh, a Holy Arbor Crystal. We're around for it's the final boss. Yeah, I imagine. It's just something I'd like to be on top of, you know? It's just me being me. It's something I want. If I have an opportunity earlier on to be on top of it and have it controlled and set up, I'd take it. And currently I don't, so it's just why I'm a bit like, ugh. Even though we're doing kind of fine. What we really need is to find the Crimernias, or whatever the next stage of ore, how you pronounce it. I never bothered really reading the spelling. That's what we're really in need of. You're on easy mode. Yeah, and that's fair enough. If you're trophy hunting, it's like, you might as well, like, take the path of least resistance. Like, when I was platinuming Resident Evil 3 twice, can I go up this waterfall? No, is there anything behind it? Oh! Aha! When I was platinuming RE3 twice, I'd get the Inferno run out the way, and then get every single other trophy on easy. So now I didn't have to care about it. There's something behind this one as well? No, okay, had to check. But in terms of what I'll be doing in my spare time, like the next, like, outside of, like, obviously, because after I finish this, the next time we come back to Atelier, it will either be Marie in the summer or starting the Arlen games. Regardless of which one it is then, off-screen, however, the next one I'll probably be playing is going back through Sophie 2, because I've been in the mood to go through that game again. And I'll probably use it as an opportunity. Is it more monsters? Is it just these guys? As an opportunity to try and do that very hard, beat the final boss on very hard trophy. I know it's only the final boss you have to beat on very hard, so I won't take the piss and try to do the whole game on it, because I think that would just be a righteous kick in the balls. But it'll be fun to go through that game again and just try and figure it out. And I've just been in. I miss Sophie. All right, I'll be blunt. I miss Sophie. I love the Ryza cast, but I also love the Mysterious cast, and I just miss Clutchter. I miss Sophie. I miss the gang. It's the same reason why I want to go through Liddy and Sully again, because I just miss everyone. I miss Furious and like Leonie being like the most obsessive sister in the world. I miss like the sass that would come off of Sully in like every fucking scene. Yet the fact that she's also a complete fucking scaredy cat of anything ghosty, so the first area you go to is like a haunted graveyard. I love the dumb dynamic that like Liddy and Sully had with their old man, and it actually ended up having a sweeter side later on. Yeah. Kurumi just saying, nah, I'm not that like hyper focused for it sort of thing. I don't really do trophy stacking as a whole. The only reason I did Sonic Origins trophy stacking is because the game lets you use debug mode without affecting trophies, so you can get the trophy list done in under an hour. And RE3 because I already had the game memorized from doing the first platinum run, and when I realised that I could probably get it done in half a day, I was like, it's rude, it might as well. I'm not really a Sophie stacking, I nearly said, trophy stacking person usually. If I'm that interested in playing a game again, I will just play it again. Oh, I should actually see how much the Nectar does healing when it's not a KO recovery. Yeah, none. It has to be when they're knocked out. Got it. I had to check. Nadia, Sophie's there. I wonder if they'll ever do a 5th game to any of their sagas, like if they'll do a 5th Ireland or a 5th Sophie. So keep in mind, Sophie 2 only happened because of popular demand. They did I found that they did like a voting contest on like said people saying who was your favourite character in the saga that wasn't like the secret cast because obviously we're going to new game, and whoever won would get a new game, and Sophie won it, and that's how Sophie 2 happened. So I wonder if we'll get another one of a similar situation later on. If we do though, and they don't do like Furious 2, like based between that and Liddy and Sully, which I said before I don't think they need to, because unlike Sophie the Furious's journey beyond Atelier Furious going into Liddy and Sully is pretty well documented thanks to Liddy and Sully. So unless they like squeeze some complete bullshit she just didn't mention in between it, it would feel a bit like, it would kind of like devalue what Liddy and Sully explained to us a little bit. But I would be down for them just making it based after Liddy and Sully, and we get to see more of the not married couple, Sophie and Clutchter, just doing their thing. I'd like to have an Atelier game where we have like, the whole game Clutchter being her human form. Is that so much to ask? I mean, I know she technically got it if you want to play, like, Pedantic for Sophie 2 with young Clutchter, but shush. Yeah, you know, current Clutchter in human form. I've also said before I'd be down for an Atelier Clutchter that was more focused on the events between Clutchter and Laward that led to everything happened and them turning into dolls. Or an Atelier Ramazol because she was a wonderful character in general, and I'd just be more than happy to have more games focused on her. Because the more time they give Ramazol, the more painful it makes Sophie 1 and her knowing that she's lost her grandma, because then it's more like, fuck, no, now we know how much of a great character she is, you know? Oh, I got frozen again. I got hit by that stun on the in-between. kind of in a dangerous situation. I kind of need to go all in a little more.
ライザさん、お願いしてもよろしいですか？お願い、成功して。よし、できた。どれにしようかな。見せてあげる、鍵の力を。
I need to make sure the gang survives. I was only half paying attention. I was like, oh, everyone's actually getting kind of low. I was probably like focusing for a second. But then I know as well, like speaking of like what they could do with other sagas, that people have been asking for a 4th Dusk game for like forever, it feels like. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. And then obviously we know that, assuming Atelier Marie does well, they will probably also remake the others of the original saga, just to kind of like uniform it, which would be nice. And as I said before, would do a lot of work to like kind of make it more accessible, because what you're supposed to do after you finish Atelier Marie, huh? Oh, I want to play the rest of the games in the saga. Okay, well, hunt down a fan translation then, you know? Because I don't think they officially start getting translated into like the 3rd saga. Oh, are these the ruins in question we're not allowed to explore? There's battle equipment everywhere. Look, it's just like it was when they left it. Getting worked up again. It might be getting worked up a little bit, sure, but how often do you find a ruin this big? Alright, where do we start our search? Over there, there's the remains of a big cannon. Let's go. Alright, we're going. Just don't get us arrested. If it's like we're not supposed to be exploring here. Can you tell something based on these remains? Tao does this a lot. Even the smallest hint won't escape him. Oh, this is... Tao, wait. What do you mean? I was just about to... Oh, I guess I was a bit too focused. We need to deal with this before we could search properly. Yeah, let's go. Oh, it actually is a fight. Okay, thanks, Tao. What is this? Just a sheep. Level 65! Okay, it did like no damage. It's not a threat at all. As you know, I'll wait. I need to make more pristine keys anyway, so... Yeah, I have to use a holo key. Ah, sure. Adventure effect and quality up bugnet. Thanks! Great adventure effect. That's why you use the pristine keys, huh? Gotta keep our guards up, huh? Now then, Tao, it seemed like you just worked something out. Oh, yeah, I found some information regarding a weapons cache. Apparently, the people of the time made a formidable fortress to store weapons. Initially, it was meant to store precious goods, but at some point its purpose changed. To what? Dunno yet. It was a state of emergency, so I wouldn't expect a super detailed account. So... we kind of know, but we kind of don't know? Heh, that's half the fun of exploring ruins. Oh, did I actually report? As I realised, I didn't actually report this. I should probably do that before we run out of time, because look, it's literally like flashing at me. It's like, we're gonna run out of time. There you go, dude. Whoa, free gate! But there's another thing there and a character quest up there, and then we can't go any further this way because the door's absolutely going to be locked. How do we get over here then, I wonder? Because the waterway wasn't a route. Yeah, and we'll... Oh, damn it. I was saying we'll literally get arrested, like Emperor and Lila did, if we try and break in.
やってやろうぜ。
レン
糸で決める。
ト走らないでよ。
Let's see if we can find another way down and around to that little space.
もう昼か。
It looks like no, unless...
一日が短く感じるな。
Because the water's a dead end. Unless we have to go like super wide around it. But before we do that, I want to see what these two are, so we're going to go back up that way.
すぐこの辺りって興味を湧くものがたくさんあるから見てると時間が足りないよ。
Assuming we can go this way and there isn't anything else blocking our way. Demon Uni? Oh, Jesus.
見つけた。
Oh. What's this about?
これで
The music kind of is giving it like an almost like desolate vibe. Like we shouldn't be here. Like it's some tired or worn down or otherwise broken village. Whoa, there's a settlement here of all places. It's very different from the village of Far. It looks like some dispute's going on. Hello, is there something wrong? You're a traveller. I would welcome you, but with the way things are... You see, we had a mine, but several days ago monsters started appearing there. I see. From what I can tell, you work with ores, so I can see how that would be a serious problem. Exactly. You do something about the monsters so we can go collect ore. Sounds like something we could take care of. We'll take them out quick. You will? Would you mind doing that for us? Please do be careful. Village between the mountains. Yeah, and that's that. Defeat those enemies. There's a fishing spot down here, huh? It's getting hot. That's because we've been walking all this time. It's hotter than usual today.
夏だから
Of course it's hot in the summer, but it's hot even for that.
これ使いますか？
Do you want to use this?
うんこれ
Oh, is that a fan? I've seen people using these in the capital. It looks handy.
うちの里じゃ見たことない
I've never seen one in my village, but it's cool how it opens up.
どうせなら
I think I'll try to make one for myself. It's not all that difficult to make.
そういや
I was wondering, why are fans used as weapons? Honestly, it looks difficult to maneuver.
ああ
Oh, that? That's what my father used to make me carry for self-defense.
護身用
A self-defense? A fan?
ランベルティー家として
It
は
wouldn't do for the Lamberti family to be seen carrying a weapon around.
あまり
Makes sense if you literally seemingly look all fancy, but it's literally gonna bonk you on the head.
しかし護身
But I needed a weapon for self-defense, so I got a fan that could be used as a weapon.
そのまま
I got used to carrying it as a fan, so I still carry it around with me.
まあ
But since the materials are constructed are different, it can't be used as a fan.
なるほどね
I see. Why a fan? I was thinking, is there a reason for it? But this one is a regular fan, so please use it to fan yourself. Makes sense. You were some kind of higher class royal family-esque type of being. You might not want to be seen like carrying weaponry on you for whatever reason.
せーの
Oh, I did notice whilst we're going up here, because I've seen it posted on the Reddit forum, that Gust have put out a survey asking for people's feedback and opinions of Ryza 3. Not in terms of like little things, like they don't like they've got a separate thing for bug reports. Like they're not talking about that. They're talking about like general feel, like general vibe, general storytelling, like more vaguer and wider topics. Like there's like sort of thing asking for feedback. So clearly like they're interested to see what they can do with this moving forward, but they're not just gonna, you know, do it without asking. They're just kind of being like, okay, what did you like about this? What could you do better? What, etc., etc. They're putting it out in these surveys. There's a Japanese one, a North American one, and a European one that I've seen, like circling around. I imagine there's more for like every region, but they're just the ones I've seen. So I know like people have got gripes with some of the localizations in this game. I haven't had any problems personally. Like nothing's like stood out as like bad, but some people really don't like some of the localizations in this game. So I imagine like people will bring that up as well and say, hey, the localizations need to be better. The only things I've noticed is that every now and then, like in the Japanese voice, I can hear they refer to someone by name, and in the localization they just don't. Oh, he can't use skills. Like, why aren't I using skills? Right, he's got the condition that stops him from being able to use it. Reportable, awesome. Okay, why is this here? Oh, Jesus Christ. Uh-oh. Alright, fine, we'll warp. I was like, why is that little bit there? What, it's literally like marked on the map. It's the only reason I went to it, because I could see like a thin line. We're back. We defeated the monsters near the ore. You should be able to come and go freely now, and you can continue quarrying. Really? What kind and strong adventurers you are. No idea if this will be useful to you, but please help yourself to ore whenever you want. Really? You mean it? You bet. How could we refuse? Not to brag, but the ores in these parts are pretty valuable. They're coveted by many. Thank you so much. I help myself and then pop into the cauldron. You always have recipes on the go. "27 ancient branches. Alright, we solved the problem we had before. Holy shit. we got new ancient branches. What the fuck? I don't think we're going to be looking for any more soon. We've gone from 0 to a million. And we can't break this. Oh, there's something behind it though. There's like a gear or interactable. I'm guessing it's just the door.
ね
Oh, I need to actually make new keys. You know what? I'm actually going to do that quick. I'm going to go make some new keys.
竜に関するものは結構あるみたいだけど、
何
前に一人で来
作ろうかな
た時はそれすら見なかったな。
入れる場所は材料はレベルアップレベルアップ入れる場所は入れる場所鍵の出番ね鍵の力期待してるよ入れる場所は入れる場所は
Oh, the quality's still low. Fuck.
考えすぎかな材料はよーし行け何作ろうかなどう強くしよう
I remember what muses sheer perfection. Oh.
入れる場所は材料は
What's compression alchemy again? Reduces CC cost. Yes. Actually, it had a back. Hang on, before I get too carried away, it had something else. But CC consumption cannot go lower than 1. Oh, okay, never mind. Then yeah, I'll take it.
何入れようかな考えすぎかな考えすぎかな材料は考えすぎかな入れる場所は考えすぎかな入れる場所は
Nice. Now it's like fucking goated with the sauce. CC cost or... Oh, I'll take compression alchemy. Nice. Now it's now it's goated with the sauce. It's really good.
材料は考えすぎかな材料は入れる場所は
Oh, if I'm gonna, if I ever go for these, I have to do it like all at once, because the fact that it like burns 20% of your life if you don't max it out, it's like no, yeah, like you can't justify it on that alone.
Oh, どこ行くんだ?
Okay, we'll walk back here, pick that up. I want to see what's down here in that corner, and then we'll do that quest. And then we'll start trying to see if we can figure out a way to get to over this space as well. Which I imagine it's more just, instead of going up here, if I just went further along.
ここでいいのか?
Oh, can we even go... Okay, we can. I was gonna say, can we even go this way?
石は様々な用途に使えます。集めておきましょう。
This music really gives me the feeling like some like tragedy happened here and like the village hasn't recovered or some shit. Like it feels like not oppressive, but like close enough. Like something just feels off with the vibe of the area because of the music. Like it's worn down or dying or something terrible has happened.
私も面白い素材に出会っていろんな調合をするのは好きだな。面白いものを見つけたらタオ君に送ろうかな。
何度経験してもワクワクするね。
How can I stay silent on this any longer? What's wrong? I'm lamenting the sad state of this village. Oh, so I'm not the only one to notice. Yeah, just imagine this for a moment, would you? Every single day, nothing but lamb and herb soup. It's easy to get, so that's all we eat. If this goes on, I'm going to lose my mind. You get it, right? I don't really... I just want some seafood occasionally. The merchants don't bother coming here to sell it. You're an adventurer, right? Can I ask something of you? Right's like, you want me to bring you some seafood? Yes, please. Blow the crisp ocean breeze into our village. 10? I'll be back. I'll be back. That's main quest character stuff. Let's go get that actually. I had a feeling, yeah, I was saying, I had a feeling that would kill the quest because of how far away we went. I imagine we just need to go fishing, right? Or go like hunt around the beach, one or the other. Now if we go down here. Oh, there's the giant peony, by the way, for anyone curious. Ah! Wow, game, thanks. Didn't give me that many, did you, huh? Yeah, two and all that. Yeah, alright, yeah, fuck you too. I don't understand game, I know, I see how it is. Oh, we've gone kind of off track. Let's go up here. It's like, hello, beaches. Nope. Nope, wrong button. Oh, it is on the volcano as well. I was gonna say, is that the volcano? Is that the big lighthouse? Still can't get into there.
なんとかしなくちゃ。
As soon as we get the ability to break them, like, there's so much of the game that we have to go back and, like, double check that I won't remember.
あいつ話を聞いてみるか。
What's this kid want? Sure.
これでよかった。どんな素材も無駄にならないからね。
It's not like just those packages that we saw on that beach, you think, huh? They wouldn't be that mean, would they?
ライザなら有効活用してくれるよね。
I've got to check now.
いろんな素材が手に入りそうだから、どの島に。
So it might be that we don't have, like, the fishing rod upgraded, which is why it's saying all the other areas but that one.
またよろしく。出番よ。
Oh! Don't mind if I do, I didn't even spot that.
楽しみの時間だ。
Still no luck for what we need. Yeah, we know these give us what we want.
集めておこう。
2, alright, that's better. 4, okay. I'll do one more round of it. Now I know that the warp does reset it. I'll do one more round.
それにしてもこんな軍刀が
Just to try and make sure we have extras.
不思議ですね。それ。あ、イルカ。珍しいね。来てくれるかな。
イルカと触れ合えるかも。貴重な機会だよ。
Does this work, or is the game going to tell me off? No, it works. Okay, so you can reset loot. Good.
なかなかいい大きさじゃないか。
Right, now we're alright. Let's get back there.
いいね。
学園で学びはしたが、想
What do you
像
want?
以上に偏僻な場所だな。いや、
You lost a scarf, and you'll give her 2,000 coal for it.
どんな素材も無駄にならないからね。
That's a wide area you could have lost it in. Oh, God.
ライザなら有効活用してくれるよね。
とりあえず集めておくか。
あ、発見。いいの手に入るかな。よっ。それ。
これも使えるの
Hey, another 21 branches. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm absolutely going to have to, like, clear out more of the inventory again.
集めておこう。
Alright, I don't know where your scarf is, so I'm just going to do the plot. There you are. There's your shellfish. Don't poison yourself over them. How's this? The pungent, vivid scent of the beach. This is it. Oh, how I've waited. I'm so fed up with the smell of dirt and iron. Today will be a feast, adventurer. Thank you. Didn't quite expect this. This is what it's like living. This is what living in the mountains does to you. Living on an island, it's hard to relate. I have Mordenite and 500 SP. Oh, is this it?
さあさあ。
Bruh, just look.
これで。
It was literally over there. Young village, use your eyes. Thanks for the 2k, I guess. Ugh. Oh wow, I didn't realize we'd, whoops, let that go for so long. Max out rebuild level, we don't really need that yet. This I'd kind of like to get on top of. All the extra bits and pieces. This would be nice as well, quality and quantity. Choices. I'll just get this. Just move this way a bit more. Get like puny leather and whatnot. Just try and get this up, and then we just get marble stone later on, and then that's probably all done. Okay, there's a character thing there, so we'll go see that. Don't think we can do either of them still. But afterwards we'll start heading right and see if we can figure out how to explore these areas.
なんだ竜に関するものは結構あるみたいだけど、前に一人で来た時はそれすら見なかったな。
Oh, I'm still waiting for them to grow. Got it. I was going to say, oh, they look, they're done. No, 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 not. Cloudy, you're kidding, right? Seriously, I never would have expected. What's up, Yufrei? Oh, hey, Ryza, hear this, you won't believe it. It seems like Claudia eats insects. I could believe that. It's probably a delicacy that she's probably had to have at some point. Also, look at her looking adorable again. Insects! I understand we're all familiar with insects because they're everywhere, but we don't eat them, right? But it seems Claudia does. Claudia, do you really eat them? You guys are overreacting. You know, I visit many different places for work, and for some people, it's normal to eat insects. I've never been afraid of insects, so I tried it once, and it was surprisingly tasty. Really? So, do you just catch any insect you can find and eat it raw? Oh, no way, absolutely not. You season and cook them properly. From what I heard, it started in places where the land was poor and there wasn't much to eat, but bugs offered plenty of nutrition. Catch the pests and eat that eat your crops, eat them too, and kill two birds with one stone. Like, everyone is aghast. I see. You keep explaining this stuff like it's all normal, but... nope, can't do it. That's a shame. Let me know if you want to try it, though. I learned how to cook them and everything. Maybe some other time, if I feel like it. Alright, let's see. How far east can I go? Oh, hang on. There's like a thin path up here. Hang on. Before I get too carried away with, like, at the speed of sound sliding down. Oh, it's blocked. Never mind. With a mythical hide and you get some swords for it, sure. For your boot, there you go. Oh god, that... Why did they bring this back? They just do it just to spite me. The Utopai Champignon. They made that up. They just slammed the keyboard. I said it in Ryza 1, I'll say it again. They made that up and they just slammed the keyboard a bunch, but yeah, that'll do. I was like, what's that bag? I'm not gonna remember what it's called. Ever. I don't know how much longer I'll be going on for today, just as a heads up, but at least for a little bit longer. I want to kind of explore the rest of this map, and then maybe I'll look at the time then. So today's kind of like my last day of freedom. I'm back to work tomorrow, so I kind of want this to be a smidge longer, but at the same time, I also don't want it to be too long, so I can still just kind of enjoy the afternoon and evening.
心配せず
お願いしてもよろしいですか？
ライガー
大盤振る舞いよ。
行くぞ
始めるよ。
ガラクだ見切れるかフェデリーカ頼んでいいんだなこ
切るよ、フェデリーカ。止めます。
れで糸で決める
触れると切れますよ。
And now for the night. Ooh, fair enough. Enjoy.
おい気をつけろ
飛んでけ。
やばい雰囲気だぞこういう使い方もありだ
A really good point in Trail Sport. Ah, no.
これを使うべき時ですね。
Whoops. There we go.
発動します。あとは守りが。
Yeah, so my schedule's going to be a little crazy next week, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
フェデリーカ
But so I want to start RE4 2005, and that will probably take a few streams anyway. Obviously we'll get more Hades in, we'll get more of this in, and I might do one or two like odd little streams if I can. So I'm kind of curious about Dredge, and I might try it out. Just like maybe we'll have a one-off stream, and if I like it, then we'll squeeze it in again later on.
決めますよ。
攻撃だけの技だと思うなよ守りが解けた今なら楽に倒せそうだ
おやるじゃないかボス。
任せろライガーこれでこっちだ砂を切る
やれないんだから。まだまだまだ。
これでしぶたい
容赦なしの仰ぎ方見せます。
二頭使いの力見せてやる
今の反撃が作れるかも。これなら
I mean, it wouldn't even be this complicated, but like it's just how it is. This year is going to be like constantly like this. We're kind of like in the thick of it now. All the games I want to play, or games that take my interest, or like just scheduling ideas I had, all lining up at around the same time. So it's just like, well,
みんな
where the fuck did this guy come from? He just spawned here. I'm sure he did.
私が援護するよ。
Oh, I'm not going to bother fighting you again.
クラリア援護は任せた
I'm sure he just spawned in.
そこ人がいますね。
Oh, we're going like around. Huh. What do you want? Pink punibles. Sure, there's enemies right here.
敵です。注意してください。フェデリーカさん、お願いします。よろしいですか？一緒に戦います。クラウディアさん、
二頭で
荒々しく激しく行きなさい。
速度を保ち切り続ける
どういかがでしたか？わかりました。ライザさん、
任せろライガー見切れるか
ライザさん、お見事です。荒々しく激しく行きなさい。
速度を保ち切り続ける
皆さん全力でやっちゃってください。今の鍵が作れるかも。はい、決めますよ。わかりました。ライザさん、
任せろライガー
行きなさい。はい、決めますよ。
二頭で決める
届いて。誰にしようかな。よし、今のいけそう。
やったなライザ。
二頭使いの力よしこっちは倒したぞ
やるじゃんボス。届いて。せーの。行きますよ。
砂を切る
わかりました。今のいけそう。
任せろライガー
やったなライザ。
まだまだやらないんだから。
ガラクだしぶと二頭で決める
鍵が作れるかも。これでと。容赦なしの仰ぎ方見せます。
打ち込む
始めるよ。いっけー。よし、一匹やっつけた。これだったね、ライザ。どれにしようかな。いっけ
相手の懐に突っ込む下だ
ー。どれにしようかな。
しぶとい
どれにしようかな。
Oh, come on. It's like the AP gain is so slow.
届いて。
I don't want to use a key. I just spammed items too much. I should really get into the habit. It's, the reason why it's so slow is because they expect you to swap characters at L1, but I just don't care for that system that much, so I don't use it. It's not like in Sophie 2 where it felt like everyone was like a connective unit, so you needed all 6 to be on point. It just feels more like you have your main party and your sub, and then you can just swap your subs in on occasion. Where are we even going? It's like going all the way around. It's like, come on, I just want to get that, and it's like in the middle. Like a giant loop-de-loop. Oh wow, it really is starting to feel more like a mysterious game. I was already thinking it was like the giant branch he was running under, that it felt like something out of like Virus or something, but this really super feels like a mysterious area. A mysterious saga area. Oh, so it doesn't quite loop-de-loop, but it's definitely like a linear string. The dragon tree. Ooh. Hey, if it's like something cool like the dragon tree, you'd have a cool key tied to you, wouldn't you? Sure.
So
100 SP? Nah, it's not worth it. That's way too little for just that enemy. I can get that by just crafting anything, so no, I'm good. Oh no, I should check these branches. Yeah. I was gonna say, 'cause there might be like the Holy Arbor branch on here. So these look like the things that you found near the tower in Ryza 1. Oh lord, look, lo and behold. Oh, this is a dead end. At least there's a treasure chest here. Ancient log. So I guess we'll go explore this way, see if there's a way around. Dig spot, they're so rare. And it wasn't even worth it. Oh, come on. Wow, a digging spot. It's 3 pence. 2 pence? Jesus Christ, it's getting worse. $3K. I'm kind of like just disinterested in money rewards because of how much we have. And that's when there actually is like proof of the problem. When you have like no interest in getting more money because you have too much, it's like, alright, something needs to change then. Especially when I'm getting fucking pittance from the digging thing. It's like, yeah, great, I'm so glad I upgraded digging. Can I fish from here? I can, ooh! To get Lake Masters! Oh, okay, we're gonna clean this up. I don't know why the screen's like the sky's flashing when we fish. But yeah, that's a good fishing spot. That's worth making a note of that one if we need Lake Masters. Remember when Lily and Suli had like different elemental like fish masters? That was fucking annoying. And you had to go like to hyper-specific dungeons with hyper-specific gear. Just to get it. I know it was only 50 SP, but when it's literally just pick up shit, it's like, yeah, might as well. Oh, so this does proceed further up, good. Oh, it's not even a breakable, it's just to pick it up, got it. So Anchi and Mark, oh, they're both super far away. Does it fight these guys for 3k? Eh. This is kind of a nice open space. Jesus Christ, it's actually kind of big. So there's landmark indicators or treasure chest. There, treasure chest. The enemies. Okay, good. I'll say, I hope it repositions us. Well, stop. How about... Jesus. I was just trying to, like, make sure I didn't get fucked. I didn't get to read any of that. Hang on. Something here. Let's come back later. This was torn apart by something horrible. It's like there was a giant battle. Here, look. The fragments of the destroyed armor all around. Should we look around a bit? Maybe we can figure out what happened based on what's left here? A bit excited, are we, Tao? I mean, it's not every day you stumble into a place like this. Well, it is very much like you. Right, let's look around. Well, we've seen enough. What do you think, Tao? The armor is all horrifically destroyed. Some you can't even tell what it was originally. However, there was a scrap of paper on the inside of the armor. It's hard to make out the text, but it suggests that the base sustained serious damage and the people had to flee west. The people in armor must have protected them as they fled. So they ran. It must have been dangerous. We still don't know the whole picture, but we can say that much at least. God, yeah, that's a huge just swampland, huh? And something tucked away up in the corner. Oh, we need to fight all the enemies here at least once, huh? I'll worry about that some other time. I'm kind of in, like, explorer mode. I just want to see all the sites quick. Because I will wrap up soonish. That's going into the same ruins, so yeah, no, we can't get in there. Makes sense. All the ruined doors are going to be closed. And I imagine we can't get that because that's in the ruins then. Yeah, another closed door, so yeah, once we get our right to enter... Oh wow, heroic spirits are around? Oh, nice dig up. Okay, I take it back, it was well upgrading to dig. Does it fight that fucking thing? Of course it is. Let's go back here and go explore the swamp area. Don't want to see what's up north-ish. Everything's ish, because it's like northeast-ish over here. It's north-northeast, because you have to go... Is it blocked off? No, it's a door. Can we go in? No, we could not. Okay, there may be a switch somewhere that we have to find. Where else can we go? Other than the other direction, I guess. But I think it'll be a dead end looking at it on the map. It's another Goosey Gander. And then we'll head back, see what's going on in the village, and then probably wrap up. And then we'll have our starting point for tomorrow. To, like, investigate or solve what's going on in the village. And try and get Empo and Lilla out of jail. Oh, there's actually more here than I thought there would be. Does it link all the way around? Actually, that'd make no sense. And that's the other side of this, yep. So yeah, that just then would circle back around, huh? Alright, I think we're Gucci. Oh, you're back. Wow, okay, thanks. It's like grumbling. Like, let me hear that. Right, let's see what the mayor says when we go over there. Do you have something we can solve? Is it defeat a monster? Oh no, you need an old weapon. Sure, have this. Alright, let's see. Is this going to be a mayor who's kind of alright and nice with us, but just has some rules about the manor, or are they going to be someone that's going to, like, rip our head off? Hi! You have the same coloured eyes. Are you related? I'm Dolto Curtis. People call me the Chief. Oh, hi. I'm Rosalind Stout, an alchemist. Oh, an alchemist, you say? Chief, they wished to be gleaners. Gleaners? Oh, yeah, gleaners. I thought I might try it. It seemed like fun. What are we going to glean? No idea. I heard you took down Dion. It seems you've some skill. Yeah, I lost. It's a shame, but I lost. Uh-oh, Ryza. She's gone into hyper-confident mode. Indeed, my right-hand man Lent has defeated one of your best warriors in the village. Do you understand what this means? Who are you calling your right-hand man? I see. I do not doubt your abilities, but... allowing outsiders to explore the sacred ruins requires putting up certain appearances. Appearances, you say? It means you must prove yourself not only to me, but to the villagers as well. So you mean me to gain their trust? The village is short on workers. Do you think you could possibly lend us a helping hand? Oh, I see. If that's the case, leave it to us. We'll solve this village's problem in no time. Dion, I ask you to lead them around. Yes, of course. It feels like we're being used quite tactfully.
まあ
Well, he did say they're sacred ruins. I guess we should honor our word if we want to get in.
でディアンよ
So, Dion, what's this Gleaner thing you were talking about earlier?
あ
Oh, I didn't explain it yet, have I?
メドの遺跡に
In the ruins of Namid, there are materials called seeds of light that have great power.
なるほど
I see. But the ones who pick the seeds of light from the ruins are called Gleaners.
俺もその一
I'm one of them. Well, I'm a low-level Gleaner. Wow, a material that has some great power. I'm sure I'd like to see what it's just about. What it's like just about now, but...
種拾いとしてなら
we've been told we can enter the ruins if we're Gleaners. I guess we should help up the village first so we can get approved.
案内は任せ
Let
ろ
me guide you. The village, the forest, they're all like my backyard.
頼りきりになっちゃ
Sorry, we're counting on you for everything, man.
いいんだ
It's alright, I'm enjoying it. It's great to help, to get help from someone local. Thanks, Dian. Hey, new party member. I probably won't use him, to be honest, unless he's got something really cool about his moveset. I'm kind of comfortable with the team we've got. My team is only likely to be adjusted when Patricia or Lilla join. If I'm serious.
改めてよろしくな
Help people in the village. Oh, this is cute. Okay, this is cute. I like this one. We can keep this one. This one's a cute background. Let me actually look at his stats. Oh, I like his sprite. That's cool. How does he work? Is he just... damage, increased stun. Okay, so he's just damage. He's an aggressor. Got it. And he uses axe. Right, welcome to the squad, Dian. Now go sit in the reserve. Now go chill in the reserve tank with Tao. Oh
ディア
boy.
ンどこ行くんだ
Oh, they're all super local. Oh, we got some character quests as well. Is it further up as well, or just there? Do we know what we'll be doing next time?
ねどこに行くのさ
And there's something else in the other regions. So let's head back to our Atelier and save and roll up. Oh, let's see a new thing. And then we'll be wrapping up. Ah. Something wrong? Why are you shouting?
ものすご
I
く
really want
食
to
べ
eat. Why don't you eat something? There's food over there.
違う
No, that's
そう
not
じ
it.
ゃない
Right now I want meat.
俺は今
Meats that taste
肉が欲しい
especially
んだ
wild. I don't get it.
お上品に
You don't
食
want
べ
to
るんじゃ
eat
な
it
く
daintily.
獣みたい
Want
に
to bite into it like a
かぶりつくようなや
beast.
つライザね
Sis, do you have any
なんかないか
wonderful meat with a wild flavor? Don't be picky if you're hungry. Just eat something to fill you up.
分かってないな
I don't think you get it.
腹が減ってるとは言っ
I'm
てない
not saying that I'm hungry. My mouth wants meat. It's hungry for meat. Well, I guess I understand. In other words, you can't calm down about the taste of meat.
うまく言えないが
I'm having a hard time saying it, but that sounds right.
しょうがない
Alright, then I'll get something that will satisfy you.
放っといても
If I don't, you won't shut up about it. Wild meat on the bone recipe. Learn how to make it.
野生味か野生
Wild bone and meat.
あたりで良さそうかな
Can we make this?
何作ろうか
I guess we're doing this first. Even the game's like, no, you're not done, bitch. You're not done till we say you're done.
入れる何入れようかな
I doubt we have to be that special for quality, so I'll just throw it together.
いけ何作ろうかなこれで
There you are, dude.
はいこれ
Here it is. This is what you wanted, right?
これだ
Yeah, that's right.
そうだ
This is what I wanted. Great job,
こういう
sis.
のを求めていたんだゆっくり味わう
I wanted to take my time and savor it, but I can't wait any longer, sis. Thank
ライザ
you.
ねいただきます
それくらい
You eating it makes that work of preparing it worthwhile. You are turning into a big sis of the group, Ryza.
お母さん
My mum used to look happy when I was eating in front of her, and now I think I know why.
するかも
里の周り
The
は
village is surrounded by a forest, so there's no shortage of prey. But once you catch something, the village has so many rules. Meat is shared among the villagers. Even if you want to eat it, you can't. And besides, I can't cook, so I always had to wait. I could always eat my weight in vegetables or fish, but I just can't get the taste of meat. In a sense, I've never been short on food. I'm very grateful for that.
この食べっぷりを見てたら私まで肉が食べたくなってきたかも。
Ryza, watching him eat meat like that made me want to eat some too. Alright. Oh, we can check out, oh god. Oh, I actually kind of like these ultimate colors. They're very different. That one's just hilarious.
素敵な服ですね。
But yeah, I'll go back to usual for everyone for the next stream. There we are. And then continue our rotation, figure out what costumes I want to mess with afterwards. But that's going to do it from me for today. We managed to get a lot of exploring done and recoup, and I'll see a lot of little scenes and things. And we got a new buddy. When we next come back, which should be tomorrow, we've got some character quests to do, and to help out the village to get rights into the ruins, so we can try and break our dastardly duo out of prison, because Jesus Christ. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace. Oh, and remember to like and subscribe. Always forget to say that. Always forget to say that. Anyway, see yous.